Welcome back to Gil's Arena, presented by Underdog. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Thursday here in the arena. We're going to get the screen fixed, Mr. B. Take a second to kick on. That Wi-Fi. There it is. There we go. How everybody feeling?
Good.
You had the double shift on playback last night, the double header.
Jaylen Brown.
Derek White.
The traders on.
Huh?
You got the traders.
What are the traders? I can't wear Kobe. You got the moon boots? I got like 20 pair of those at the crib. The moon boots. The Audi, but this is Gil's Arena presented by Underdog. As always, we got the legend Gilbert Arenas here with us. Rocking the vintage throwback pump and run jersey. Shout out to the Pump brothers, Dana and David.
Danny and David, yeah.
My actual jersey when I thought I was Isaiah Thomas.
How old were you when you got that jersey?
I had to be, 9th or 10th grade.
It's still baggy.
And it's still baggy.
Yeah.
9th or 10th grade. We was...
That's how big the jerseys
Gilbert.
back then.
Yeah.
That's how big that shit was.
I was looking at it like, I can fit this in. Like, damn, that's crazy.
Cold. And on this side of the couch, representing Tough Crowd University, we got Mr. B, Brandon Jennings back there with us. And next to me, suited and booted, the man known as Cemetery Larry, NCAA champion Rashad McCants is back in the arena. There it is. Give him some smoke.
Lean.
GQ.
Fresh on the market. Got to show out when you're
Back
fresh available.
Hey, free agency.
Yes, sir.
Underway.
In the market.
Gotta get the max.
Again. Again. Hinge. Stop fucking with me, man.
They let you
They
back
ain't getting right. They ain't getting right.
How to get right? I'm on Tinder. I'm stuck.
Stuck on Tinder in the blender. But for all the fans out there, we still got two viewing options for you, our traditional version, mobile, vertical version. Pick whichever one you want to watch. Just make sure you support the show. Here's what's cracking in the arena today. With Tatum down, White and Brown guided the Celtics to a Game 5 win over the Knicks to keep their season alive. Can Boston keep the momentum rolling to force a Game 7? They got to go back to the real Garden, try and steal one against the Knicks at the crib. The Wolves' dynamic duo eliminated the Stephless Warriors in 5 to reach their second straight conference finals. Do the Wolves have enough to reach the first NBA Finals in franchise history? Ant-Man and Julius Randle think so. We might get a Julius Randle Cat Finals. We're going to really see and find out who won the trade. We might not, though. Boston fans may disagree. So may OKC and Denver fans. And according to reports, Giannis may be looking to make his next move his best move. What's the best landing spot for the Greek Freak if he decides to dip from Milwaukee? But before we get into all that, as always, the show is brought to you by Underdog. Go ahead, download the app, use promo code GIL, get up to $1,000 in bonus cash, plus a special pick'em. As for tonight, Mr. B has some picks up in his partner pack on the Underdog app. Let's take a look if we can. You got SGA, higher 12.5 rebounds and assists. Game 6 tonight in Denver, we're going to see. Jamal Murray, higher 21.5 points. Michael Porter Jr., lower 15.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Been bothered about that separated AC joint in the shoulder. Had some tough games in this series. Jalen Williams, higher 4.5 rebounds. And Lou Dort, the Dortcher Chamber, lower 2.5 three-pointers made in the game. If you use Mr. B's partner pack, you can win more than 12 times your bread on the Underdog app.
Keep it over 10. I was told keep it. You get 10 your money, so this is your chance. I got it at 12, all right? He said keep it over 10. Shit. He said, my man across from me just said, man, he want to win some money, so here's your chance.
And I'm rolling with it, too.
Not being safe conservative?
I'm on the fence with the shade shit because he going to have to shoot more. But I think he might be able to get that. I don't know. That's the only one. Everybody else good. I'm under on Michael Porter, everything.
That's the only one I'm scared about.
Shit, his ride home. I'm
going back home.
But
he didn't
lower.
Playing like
we go higher, lower on our pick.
Right, and he hurt us. And he hurt us.
And that motherfucker gonna be like 5 threes. You're like, God damn it.
This will be the
game. It'd be those games where you be like, yeah, he's been consistently bad. We good.
Mm-hmm. Well, we asked the chat if they are riding or fading with Mr. B's picks. Mr. B, 55% of the chat is riding with your picks tonight.
Graduate.
They believe in you.
Over 10.
They're trying to win some
They
bread.
want to win money, bro.
Every time I'm betting, I said over 10.
You got to win that bread.
If you like these picks and want to ride with them, go ahead and do so on the Underdog app. If you do not have Underdog, download the app, use promo code GIL, get up to $1,000 in bonus cash, plus a special pick 'em. And if you can't watch the show, live with us on YouTube. We have audio versions available on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. So, we got a lot of playoffs to talk. We're going to talk something else first. So, Paul George has one of the hottest podcasts in sports, decided to go on hiatus back in February with the Sixers struggling and dealing with injuries. Podcast P made his return this week with a special collab episode featuring the Pivot Crew, where he broke down why he decided to start podcasting again.
You took a break from podcasting. Why is it important to do it and bring it back now?
I'm not a person that run away from anything. You know what I mean? Like, my dad kind of instilled that you face your problems and you move on from it. It's there and it's gone. And the reason I took the hiatus was more so I wanted to get my body healthy. I wasn't mentally there in a time of where we were at, the team, me dealing with injuries. I wasn't in a space of being jolly and happy. And, you know, obviously we had topics and guests to talk with, but it wasn't much for me to talk about just because of where I was at. So now it's obviously the summer, my downtime. I'm training, focusing on my body. I did procedures to get ready for this next season and kind of just want to touch back with my fan base. It was important for us to kind of start this back up, to just give back to the people, man. That's what I always inspire to do, is kind of give back to the people.
All right, so shout out Podcast P, bringing it back. We talked about it when he went on hiatus back in February, so we're going to talk about it now that he's back. A good move for Paul George to bring back Podcast P.
I mean, right now, it's the summertime. I mean,
It is the
that's
offseason.
his other job that he has, right? He gets paid for that, right?
Unsure of what the bread looks like. Hopefully it's sufficient.
I mean, I don't know.
I do not have a problem with people with their personal podcasts because, I mean, when they're doing it, it has no impact on their schedule because most of the time they're going to do it when they actually have free time, usually on an off day, after a practice, you know, never on a game day because most of these guys' podcasts are pre-recorded.
Yeah, one day a week usually, so.
Yeah, so most likely they probably do 3 when he has enough time because it is guest-based. So, you know, the fact that you got to do interviews 2 times a day sometimes, you know, you spending an hour, you know, once a week on your podcast, I've never seen anything wrong with it itself because you're speaking to the media anyway. Now you're just speaking directly to your fans with your words. So, I mean, I thought that when he went away from it, it kind of showed that he's easily rattled.
Yeah.
From the standpoint is,
Did take a lot of criticism. I think it was like more podcast episodes than field goals.
Yeah,
made,
but
and some of the
obviously,
stuff going on around
obviously the media themselves don't want you podcasting because now you got to give them all them takes. You got to speak to them directly. So, you know, it's a conflict of interest for the media. So of course they're going to try to get you to get out of it. You know, they don't like when Draymond don't talk to them and then go on his own podcast and platform and speak his mind.
Yeah, and to Draymond's credit, he did apologize to the media the other day.
Well, also his podcast was filmed here, right, in LA, right? So when he moved to Philly,
They went remote.
They didn't have it's different.
Yeah, it was just in his hotel room. It's just when his hotel room.
Yeah, but it's not
on
the
road.
same.
No, it's not.
You know, so
It's not the same energy as we know when we're all here versus when we go on Zoom or Riverside or any of those other platforms and are not around each other to feel each other's energy. But yeah, they did tape it locally in LA when he was playing with the Clippers, went to the Sixers, and then they were doing it remote.
I mean,
The rest of the cast is here.
yeah, I mean, even when we do it remote, sometimes
Yeah, you just get on there, an hour and a half, and get the fuck on.
it's not the same.
I know, but I know, but
It's still hot. It's still hot, but it ain't the same.
Yeah.
Let's move over to this side. Cemetery Larry, what do you think about Podcast P announcing his return to the game?
Congratulations, you know. Guess you can give yourself something to do during the summertime. Like you said, give back to the people. But that's a twofold action. You got to give the people what they asking for. You got to play better. Got to win. Fan base talking to the fans is cool, but I mean, the fans want to win. Fans want you to produce. So all the engagement with the fans, if you're not playing good, it don't really, like, you look worse. right? It feels good because you're engaging. But on the court, we're expecting something that you're not giving us. And I only see one active player that's actually successful right now. And he doesn't have the #1 podcast. It's Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart.
And the Roommates podcast.
They are very successful with playing and podcasting. And they ain't even updating it like they could be.
Yeah.
They haven't really shot episodes like that. So everybody else, I see it as a distraction. They haven't been able to show that they can propel their performance over their podcast.
So we talk about being in the NBA, being in the league. A lot of time to devote to work, film, working out, rehab, all that stuff, recovery. But also have a ton of free time, right? Ton of downtime.
Too much.
And like you said, give too much. So would you rather be seeing guys like Draymond, like Paul George, doing this and exploring the media side of their career versus some of the other things that you guys can get into with that free time?
Yeah, look, when you're talking about a NBA schedule, I would rather them podcast and play video games than sit at the strip club and gain a whole bunch of baby mamas because you sitting in the nightlife, right? I'm just be honest with you. Like, you don't have, no shots at, Dennis Rodman. You don't have those personalities anymore, right? Where they're really, really in them streets like that. And if they are, we don't see them during a time where media is everywhere, right? So if they want to sit and play video games and become professional gamers when they're not practicing and when they're not doing this at 9 o'clock, if they're spending from 9 to 12 midnight, I would rather have that than them sitting there getting ready for the club. NBA players got so much time, they're spending their time trying to figure out how not to get in trouble, in a sense. You're done at 1 o'clock and I don't have nothing to do again until when I get back to the gym in the morning. So if you're not disciplined, if you don't have a hobby, right? For the most part they tell us, get a hobby, right? So golfing is a hobby. So it's okay to spend 8-9 hours golfing. Some of these guys was DJs, some of the guys fish, then now we're, frowning upon someone doing a podcast. Doesn't make sense for me. Cause I'm like, damn, you sitting on your feet, golfing in the sun, you're tiring yourself out versus, somebody sitting at home for an hour.
I'll say this. I'll say what I wish I would have done because I didn't do it. But I wish I would have, while I was in the league, studied the game, the NBA game more than I did when I was in college because I was prepared in college the transition was seamless. But when you have that strip club from 9 to 2 option, right?
And you have money.
And you have money, you ask yourself, what's the other options, right? And I would say now that studying the game is the other options. If we're gonna spend time doing something other than gaming or podcasting, let's go over our plays. Let's go over everybody's scouting report. Now, I remember BD did this with J.R. Smith when J.R. Smith was a rookie in New Orleans. And I remember seeing it on like NBA TV or something. And that was important to see BD going in there and being like, this is what we're going to do in the summer. Like J.R. wanted his summertime. He's like, nah, we're going over the playbook. I want you to be in tune. We're going over the defenses. Who out there you think can guard you? Let's study that shit. Get with the film guy, break down footage. If you bored, study the game. You're not in the gym 3 times a day from the studying that you're doing. You should be sparking ideas like, damn, I just seen that. I'm about to go do that. I'm about to go do that move right there. I seen it. Damn. But it's like I said, this is something I would do now. I did not do that. I wish if I could go back, I would not have followed the work. I would not. I would not. I promise you, I would not. Because I see now where it leads you. But actually being in tune with the game now that I see that people are not, they out there playing like they lost, man, go study that shit. Go study the game, man.
Yeah. Say hindsight 2020, you being in, your early 20s, getting a big bag, a lot of times, a lot of these guys getting bread for the first time. The work is different. The work is a different caliber, different tier of work.
Yeah. I used to be against the players with the podcast in the beginning when I first started, remember? But I see to your point, it is beneficial. It is open therapy. I mean, you can hear from a player's perspective on what they're going through and things like that. And it does keep them out of trouble. I mean, even with me doing playback and being able to still be in tune and do things, sit at home, is to where it's like, I'm not getting in trouble. I'm not being seen out. So I do see the benefit of these players now that have broadcasters, the benefit it brings to them. So
like we were talking about on the show yesterday, you had the story that dropped about Westbrook, right, from ESPN, a bunch of anonymous players being quoted, and now players like PG, players like Draymond, guys like that, even Brunson and Josh Hart have the ability to control their narrative a little bit, or at least respond back to those things, present stuff from their own angle, as opposed to allowing the media to dictate how they're viewed.
Yeah, it's a fine line. I mean, you still got to have the relationship with obviously your local media guys, because the pen is still powerful. The narrative is still the narrative, and you don't want to get on the bad side of one of these guys that's been there for 15 years, because your words is your words until they print it how they want to print it, right? So, you still got to have the open relationship with them, with the conversation. But, like Larry said, unless you have the right veterans around you that study the game to teach you how to study the game, you don't know, right? This is the NBA is very different from college. College, you are a group. Y'all are doing group activities.
Facts.
When you get into the NBA, there's no babysitting. When practice is going, you go to your house, ain't nobody checking up on you.
You gotta find your group.
You gotta, hey, we'll see your ass better be on time for practice or whatever we have. That's it. They're not checking to see if you watching film and doing any of that. So unless you see somebody doing it and you're asking them questions, or they pull you in and say, hey man, look, them turnovers you had, let's watch it, because at the end of the day, the film dictates the habits.
Yes.
See, I didn't play at the beginning, right? So when I looked at the game, it was too fast. Motherfuckers jumped too high. Everybody was too strong, right? And I'm like, you don't need to put me in the game, right? And then the more you watch it, and then you start hearing vets, oh, he about to spin. Oh, he about to go off the double pick, right? And then you're like, how did you know that?
If I know that.
And then he be like, yeah, so when he tap his leg like this, he's asking for the big man to come set the screen on this side. So then I'm like, Terrell Brandon. Then he's like, yeah, they're about to do a left pick, left drag. And I was like, why? Because when he's dribbling down the court, he has his other hand pointing to his drag man, pointing this way. So it looks like it's natural. And then now I'm like, watch it. Like, I couldn't wait to play the Timberwolves so I could see Terrell Brandon. Right? Then you start watching and you start picking up habits. Then you start looking at everybody like, oh,
not that, coach.
There's your flaw. There's your flaw. Let them shoot. This, and you start hearing these, and then you start, hey, Mark, what is this? When they said down it, what does that mean? It's like you got to jump on the top side.
Terminology.
And then now then you start watching film. Then I got so obsessed with the film because I felt the film told me everybody's game. But that came from me sitting on the bench, though. You know what I mean? And then listening to the vets talk. Because they wasn't watching film. It was just the people that was never playing. So
we trying to figure out how to get in the game.
But these are guys that are just vets. So like Dean Garrett sitting there, Henderson, Vaughn, like these guys are sitting here just talking the game. And it's like, okay, cool. Some of them getting drunk, but it was, you know what I mean? So once I got into it, the more I looked at the film, the more it taught me the game.
I learned this when I was watching film breakdown early on. There's two ways of watching film. There's the 4-hour way, where you're watching 2 hours of your footage. You're breaking down everything you did, good and bad. Man, I need to do this better. Man, I didn't box out right here. You have to critique yourself inside and out. Then you watch it for another 2 hours to watch your teammates. What the hell are they doing? What didn't he do here? What could I have said here? this is the timeout right here. This is when he yelled at him. I should have went and said something to him right there because he fucked up as soon as we came out this timeout because the fucking coach yelled at him. And I could have went over there and said something, but you compartmentalize all of it. And if you're a leader, you know that you have to go to film to find out all the flaws, even for the coach. You go into practice, you're like, Coach, we should have downed it right there. I was watching last night. We did it, and then we didn't do it the third time. And that's how they beat us. So all of those things are what I say, like I said, if I could go back, I would do it that way. because I know who else was doing it that way. I know certain people who are very meticulous about the game of basketball. As a student, I went away from that when I got in the league, but I still had the essence of it, and I wish these guys would really focus on that instead of trying to find, not necessarily going away from the hobby of podcasting, but merging the two. Because I think you can podcast and use the podcasting to break the game down.
Yep.
Break the game down. Don't just talk to the guys. Just talk to them. Tell them the game. Tell them what you're learning. Show them some shit.
Film is the most uncomfortable thing.
Yes.
And then you find out who players really are in film.
Yeah.
If they could take criticism and things like that. I think, and I was tested a lot when I was in Europe, because we watched a lot of film in Europe. I mean, every single day. So I just feel like it made me a better player, especially then when I got with Scott Skiles up in Milwaukee. We were watching film every day my rookie year. So, it's very uncomfortable, but it really shows you who's really tough and who really wants to learn in film.
You know what makes film uncomfortable? Being shown what you did wrong. I already did. You already did
know.
it.
Yeah, I know what I did.
You know what I mean? Like the game's over with. So it's not like you can sub me back out.
Correction. It's called correction.
Right? Yeah.
We got to correct it.
But the whole thing is, you think about it the whole time you at home. Like, I know they're gonna show this play.
They gotta
show.
show.
I know they're gonna
I
show.
used to be the funniest motherfucker. I'd be like, so Gil, why did you go for that? I thought I can steal it. But you just jeopardized the team defense.
Yep.
Yeah, I know that. But I thought I could get it. I didn't think the motherfucker was looking at me, right? Damn, my bad, y'all.
And that's the rules. Don't stop the ball high.
I already
Don't
went.
stop the
I mean,
ball
that's what
high.
I mean.
And here goes Gilbert stopping the ball
You asked me
high.
for my thought, I gave you my thought. I'm like, I don't know, nigga. I know
Play
that
it.
was
Stop. Play
I
it.
had
Stop
7
it.
steals. I was trying to go for the 8. It's a record. Like,
Play. Stop. Play.
Why
Look,
didn't you swing to him?
Gilbert, we down 2. You went for the steal.
Yeah, it's like getting called on like popcorn reading or something in class. Like, in film, it's like you just waiting, like you just
No, it's
like,
coming.
please don't, like God damn, like, and then when the ones who ain't playing, they like yes.
I used to love that, boy. So, hey, Gil, you don't see him open? Nah, I see him now because of the film. I didn't see him in the game, coach. That's why I ain't passing.
He's hell.
I didn't see him.
But if I did see him, I wasn't gonna pass it to him. I just hit 3 shots.
I see him now.
So here's another interesting quote about the current state of defense in the NBA from Podcast P. I want to get your guys' thoughts on it. So our league, the days of stoppers, those are pretty much gone. The Tony Allen types, even myself, I call myself a defender. There's guys that I can't do anything with. I just have to hope I'm there enough for this to be a tough shot for him. He might make the shot, but I did all I could to make it a tough possession for him. You just got to tip your hat. So do you agree with PG saying the days of defensive stoppers are pretty much gone? Has the offense evolved that much?
No, I think he's saying the days of his defensive stopping is gone. Not everybody else's.
Don't bring us all into
There's
this.
an Amen Thompson and an Asar Thompson out there locking shit up, still playing defense like they want to. If you don't want to play defense, bro, just say it. Shit. What you mean? Everybody got game. Everybody been had game. What you mean? Everybody.
Yeah, but
stop nobody. Nobody could fucking stop Gilbert.
Yeah.
Nobody could fucking stop Brandon. Nobody can stop.
We've showed clips of Wemby obviously before he was out for the season, but guys reconsidering even going to the cup when he's around.
Okay, when you're talking about defensive stoppers, that means like Tony Allen, right? He was a great defender, but his team wasn't necessarily great at defending as a team, right? He's in a different category because now if he was, we're talking about, Tony Allen on Memphis and stuff, for the most part, Mark was a great defensive player because he knew how to, close things up. But for the most part as a team, you couldn't say those guys was a bunch of stoppers like a San Antonio, type of team or Detroit Pistons type of team. So as an individual, he knew where to be. Like, your job is to make it difficult on a skilled guy. The fact that, you're talking about, Brunson, Shea, a Luka, a KD, a Steph, right? Yeah, you yourself, for the most part, will be taking advantage of 9 out of 10 matches. And it's principle at this point, making sure you're doing your part as a defender. And I think that's where team defense is very, very key. The more everyone's disciplined. I know for the most part, I got to push him a certain way. No matter what, no matter if he scores, I got to still be able to do my job, and hopefully everybody's doing their job. So, when you're talking about a defensive player, his job is to do what he's supposed to do, relying on everybody else to do their parts.
I mean,
because Lou Dort is a great defender.
The torture chamber.
But if you remove everybody, because he's so aggressive, you can go right around him. But if there's somebody there helping, then his defense becomes another. Like there's a lot of, like there's a reason they, like with all the foul baiting, the flopping, these things that I can get you to bait, right? It's not like defensive rules have changed. So your defense is at a disadvantage because it's still defensive principles from 1950 something.
This goes back to my point.
I just said this is the peak of.
It goes back to my point of the focus on offensive moves, how everybody trains offensive, right? If I'm looking at film and looking at your tendencies all the time, by the time I play you, I should know your tendencies. You have to be an exceptional player for me to know your tendencies and you still counter them. It's only a certain amount of people can do that. So if you automatically Xing that out on who you're going against, what Paul George is saying ain't got nothing to do with the skill of defense. It's the effort of defense. If he's a defensive-minded player like he say he is, all defense, you should know the scouting report to know that you're not just going to tip a hat and just hope he make it and he that good that, bro, ain't nobody out there doing shit you ain't never seen before. I'm making you go this way all night.
Luka.
I'm making you go this way.
Yeah, but that's it. Then you got to rely on your back line. But it's
Kawhi Leonard would never make that statement because when you play hard and you know the scout report, that's just an excuse at that point.
I think the players are just.
But it's different than when we played, right? We weren't allowed to switch. Right?
If we did, it was a forced switch.
It was like if we switched, motherfuckers called us lazy.
Yes, you're not getting over the screen.
You're not getting over the screen. You're taking the lazy way out.
Yes.
So I don't give a fuck how great you are as a defensive player. We can neutralize your great ass defense by just setting a pick.
Yeah. Right now and just
pick.
Yeah.
Get you to fuck. Go somewhere else.
You won't even.
Right?
No effort.
Because you fighting over. That's not your defensive plan anymore. Right? So for the most part, a defensive player who can manipulate the game can be really pushed out of the game. Some guy who can sit under and he can really guard the ball like the Davion Mitchell's Doe type.
Yeah.
And if he's hurry up and set this pick, now he got to switch. Whoa, goddamn.
Get him off me.
Get him off me. They not playing old school
And that
style.
like you're saying, it's neutralizing their defense because now he doesn't get to play defense. He's off ball.
Yeah.
And they're taking the defensive players off ball all the time. But like I said, if Paul
So it's the
gonna
defensive
promote
scheme,
that. Paul can't promote that to the guys who want to play defense. Like, hey man, these guys just that good, man. Just put a hand up. No, man.
Tip your head.
Like Luka, right?
Yeah, but what he's saying is because they be switching so
Luka.
much though now. So like, if you switch and then the next guy, you just put a hand.
Like let's say you know how like Luka's
I
a bad
think it's the
defensive
defensive
player.
schemes.
I think it's effort, man. I want to stop you, man. Fuck all that. Ain't nobody in here trying to do none of that. I'm not about to say that out loud to the world to let them know that there's somebody out there that can just give me buckets on demand in the league. And I got to go suit up next year. Everybody think I'm sweet now. Hey, PG said we good enough to just go score that bitch. He gonna tip his head.
Nah, they're just gonna switch. But that's what I'm saying. So somebody like Luka, back in the day, you couldn't necessarily pick on him unless you just did an ISO on his man.
Right.
Right? So if he was guarding Bruce Bowen, he was safe for the night. Because you're not going to be sitting there running your offense around Bruce Bowen when you got Tim Duncan and Tony Parker and Ginobili in the game. Right? So he can just sit there all day.
But he's in rotation.
But he has to be in rotation, right? So it's like, okay, you're not good with the feet, but be helping.
Like you in rotation, okay.
Now, it's sitting there like, no, come on over here, pick and roll. Now I can dance. I don't want you on me no more, right? I don't want you on me no more.
Right.
I want Luka. So that's all they're doing now. So it's really kind of hard.
Well, I mean,
like the only real defense.
You gotta have some effort, though. I mean,
That's what I'm saying. If you're gonna load up,
how
if we're
much
loading
effort
up,
you have.
yeah, but like one of them screens, man. Hey, yo, we can. I'm getting through this.
Yeah, you get through it, but that's the problem. You get through it when our defense is called switching. So you ran over, and he went to switch, and you fought over like you wanted to because you went out of character, and I made that pass back. 3. Who they getting mad at? You for being too over aggressive.
Rotate.
Because you took it personal.
You got to rotate.
Rotate. Let him get through. Trap the next
But
one.
that's not
like, I mean,
that's not the defensive principle here.
But that's what we talking
So
about.
that means the defensive strategy. So that means the defensive strategy. The people who has the defense, they're terrible. Then
I watched pick and rolls with guards, and I realized they don't even know how to set up pick so they're open. Right? If I want to roll on you, right, and you're playing defense like this and you're trying to fight over, I'm going to set it lower because you have to switch. Mm-hmm. So I have the inside. They setting it on the top side to pop back.
Fading out. Yeah,
and they're fading out. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, if y'all just pick the inside shoulder, you already have an advantage on them. Right? It's like he's playing behind you, no different than like a receiver. Right. But all these guys is setting it, knowing that it's just a switch, dog.
But that should make it easy on the defenses. That's what I'm saying. With
to get through.
It should make it so much easier for you not to say, hey, man, a guy hit me in the ISO and he hit me with the boop, 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 and he shoot it and it go in, man. Tip your hat. Nah, man, lock his shit up.
I don't even see the ratio. I don't even see the fake cut. Like, you know how many fucking layups I will get? Just running full speed. Because they're switching. They're switching everything. So I'm going to run all the way up to the screen and just cut it.
I mean, because
what's happening? Easy lay.
I mean, because if the offensive guy is waiting on a switch, if you just get through that first one, and then he's looking for a switch, like he ain't coming off hard.
Defense.
Because first of all, he's not coming off hard because he's looking for the switch, so he know. All right,
I got him still in front of me again.
I mean, that first one, I do feel shot. Like, yo, you can get up and get over that first one first, and then see where it's at.
That's not the defensive principles now.
No,
Our defensive principle is switch. So if I'm doing a pick and roll and you fight over and my guy's popping, who got him now?
But what we know though, Gil, we know that's not a real screen.
No, but I'm saying, as far as like communication, like when King was saying yesterday, man, listen, I'm gonna just go trap Kobe. Like that's what we doing. Fuck the schemes. Like, yo, I'm gonna just go do this because we gotta stop. Like you can do that out there though, as a vet. PG can do that.
Yes, get over the screen. I got him.
But he's coming off a guy that don't shoot. They shoot now. Right, so they play. You gotta remember they're playing 5 out.
Though, Gil, this is what we saying.
So
if you're talking about that screen at the top, guard to guard.
Guard to guard.
I'm on you. Josiah's on B. Guard to guard, Josiah. We not switching this. Okay. Josiah. Granted, our team scheme is saying we switching everything, but I'm telling Josiah, I'm getting over this. Because we know they're gonna rescreen. We know they're gonna rescreen, but they're not gonna rescreen if we switch first. If we switch first, he's just gonna take you.
Right.
So let me get over.
Yep.
Let him try to do it again.
Give me some type of effort.
Now at least we run 3 seconds off the clock. At least we run some time off the clock. Now, if he end up getting on Josiah, I can help now. Now I'm loaded up. Because I'm like, all right, we're not gonna let you just go up against Joe. We're not having none of those conversations. And then you got a defensive guy that's saying, man, when you switch and you got a nigga on you, it's just like, man, he ain't got no help.
Pray for the best.
And that's the problem. It's the they took away the overthinking and tried to make the game as simple as possible. And it is really dumbed down creativity, thoughts, and understanding like human behavior. Like I watch it. I'm sitting here. Y'all are doing pointless picks. Some of these picks are pointless. Where's the fake picks? Where's the under picks? Where's the pick and rescreen? Where's the pick and dive? Where's the
screen to screen?
I'm gonna go screen you first for you to go to the screen, and then I'm gonna come behind you.
Wide open.
What happened to screen to screener? You screen, I screen your man. You go to the lob, I pop. Where's all
when
these?
They switching, you gotta run that. Screen the screener, they switching, you should be wide open.
Like if Rudy Gobert, man, is setting the screen,
double three.
The other guard is setting the pick on Rudy Gobert's man. Rudy Gobert's going to drop. I'm going to come for the handoff. I don't care what you did. Remember, Rudy Gobert just ran to the basket.
Yeah, throw it to him. And it's a guard on him.
It's a guard going to be on no matter what.
They have to switch because they've been switching the whole time. So now y'all switching. Y'all got to switch it.
So you brought up Gilbert. We're going to talk about the Wolves and Warriors in just a second. But first, today's podcast is sponsored by Rough Greens. Sometimes in life, you want to get to the truth. You have to look at the numbers. So sometimes in life, you want to get to the truth, you have to look at the numbers. Unfortunately, 50% of all dogs over 10 years old will die of cancer. And the other 40 to 50% suffer miserably from skin issues or joint problems. And this is widely attributed to your dog's diet. These numbers are what inspired Dr. Dennis Black to create Rough Greens. So here's the good news. With the thousands of testimonials and 5-star reviews every month, Rough Greens is now the #1 all-natural dog supplement in America. They've helped millions of pups stay active and be healthy, and your pup could be next. You don't have to change your dog's food to improve your dog's health. Just add a scoop of Rough Greens. Fetch a free Jumpstart trial bag for your dog today. You just cover shipping. Go to roughgreens.com. Just use promo code ARENA. That's roughgreens.com, RUFF, greens.com with promo code ARENA. You don't have to change your dog's food to improve your dog's health. Just add a scoop of Rough Greens. Mr. B, Rough Greens is giving you a ton of the product. How's it been working for your dog?
It's been great. We have our first promo video today, so I'm excited. We're
Shooting promo videos?
Yeah, for Rough Greens. So got our first little commercial today. Doing dog commercials now.
Cause you the dog, motherfucker.
Arf!
Shout out to Rough Greens.
Yeah. Yes.
Go to ruffgreens.com.
Rough Greens.
You can use promo code ARENA and get a free Jumpstart trial bag. All right. Well, speaking of dogs, let's talk about some dogs that are in the Western Conference Finals now. So let's talk about some Western Conference playoff action from last night. The Warriors blew leads at home in both games. 3 and 4 were on the brink of elimination heading to Minnesota in Game 5. Silver lining was the possibility of Steph Curry potentially returning for a game at the Chase Center in Game 6 if the Warriors were able to extend the series. Anthony Edwards, Julius Randle and company wanted to end any chance of Steph coming back by closing out the series. Minnesota was looking to reach the conference finals for the second straight season. Let's take a look at the highlights. So even in this do or die scenario, Jonathan Kuminga was doing his thing, but the Wolves came out trying to put this thing to bed. So Jonathan Kuminga, big once again, off the bench for the Warriors. Timberwolves put together an impressive closeout performance, dominated this one from the jump as there were only 2 lead changes in the entire game. Minnesota led by as much as 25 points and shot 63% from the field, including 42% from 3. Julius Randle was a force to be reckoned with, leading all scorers with 29 points on a very efficient 13 for 19 shooting. He also added 8 rebounds and 5 assists. Besides Randle, only Anthony Edwards and Kevin Garnett have posted that stat line in a playoff game in Wolves franchise history, and nobody did it with better shooting percentage than the 72% from the field posted by Randle. Ant-Man had 22 points, 12 assists, and 7 rebounds, and he now adds Steph, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond Green to the list of legends he's defeated in a playoff series. Yes, Steph did play in Game 1, so it does count. Other legends on the list include Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic, and LeBron James. The Wolves also had 4 other players in double figures. Rudy Gobert had 17 and 8 boards. Mike Conley had 16 and 8 dimes. Jaden McDaniels had 14. And Dante DiVincenzo added 13 off the bench in this one. So for the Warriors, Brandon Pajinski led them in scoring with 28 points, though much of that was with the game out of hand. Jonathan Kuminga had 26 points off the bench in 32 minutes of action. Jimmy Butler had 17 points on 4 for 11 shooting in 42 minutes on the night. I will have more on playoff Jimmy later. And Draymond Green had 10 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. So the Warriors were able to cut the lead to 9 points in the fourth quarter. But that would not be enough, as the Wolves were on a mission. Sacre Blue, as they say, in Rudy Gobert's homeland. Like I said, Ant-Man with the 12 assists, getting it done. Both sides of the ball.
Oh my God.
And you got to give kudos to the Warriors playing without Steph. Did not give up in this game. But this Wolves squad was just too much for them. 4 straight losses in this series for the gentleman's sweep. You see Julius Randle doing his thing as the clock ran out. So for the first time in franchise history, Minnesota advances to its 2nd straight conference finals. Never been done by the Wolves before. 2 straight conference finals. So in the victory, Anthony Edwards reached a significant playoff milestone. Let's check it out. So Ant-Man became the 6th player in NBA history to score 1,000 playoff points before reaching the age of 24, joining the likes of Kobe, Tony Parker, LeBron, KD, and Tatum. Every one of those other guys is an NBA champion. So let's get into it. What does leading the Timberwolves to back-to-back conference finals say about Ant-Man?
I mean,
He's a dog.
Woo woo.
He's a dog.
Much like underdog. Woo woo.
You know, he loves competition. He loves, he loves this time of the year. You can tell this is something that he's been wanting and something that he lives for. I'm just excited for him. I mean, at 24 years old, doing what he do. I can't wait to see him in the next series.
Well, let's shift over to this side of the couch. Cemetery Larry has decided to take an impromptu nap here in Gil's Arena, presented by Underdog. Whoop, whoop. Smile on his face, dog.
Whoop, whoop.
Dreaming about these Timberwolves.
I thought it was night-night. Not night-night?
For some.
Night-night, niggas?
It is for
Oh,
some.
it's night-night.
Welcome to Cancun.
Oh, shit.
We've been waiting
I
for you.
didn't see no night-nights last night. You see some night-nights?
Nah, I ain't seen
You
nothing.
see no night-nights? No night-nights.
Nah.
Okay.
The night man was in street clothes.
Night-night man wasn't there. They took everybody in.
He was in street clothes.
Batman was
Kerr.
on vacation.
Steve Kerr. You let Jonathan Kuminga down, man. He could have saved the day. He could have sparked the energy that gave them what they needed to sustain Steph, so he could come back. But he didn't use him early on. You confided in Pajinski.
Yeah, Pajinski 28 points in the game. Had the Warriors won this game, they wouldn't have played again until Sunday. They would have had a nice extended break. But that's a
What you think about
hypothetical
Anthony
now.
Edwards?
Oh, you know he did what he supposed to do. Night. Took everybody in. Sacrificing goats. Like Tommy Shepard. He ain't playing. He trying to tell everybody quietly too. So I like that.
Did let everybody know that he is him, for whoever wanted to listen.
Told Obama to his face.
Oh, is he really him? 23 years old.
I think I picked the Wolves. Did I pick the Wolves?
Did you pick the Wolves?
Just making sure.
Nostradamus. But Gil, let's shift over to you. Ant-Man now, back-to-back Western Conference Finals. At only 23 years old, we named the list of players that he's defeated to get there in the postseason. Swept KD and the Suns last year, beat Joker in 7, got LeBron and the Lakers this year, Luka as well. And now Steph, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond Green added to that list. Steph did play in one game, so he is Ant-Man eligible.
I mean, he's showing that,
He played in one game.
That was some light skin shit.
I know. Warriors fans been talking. Warriors fans been talking too much.
brother real quick.
Am I happy? Yes, but not really, because I would have loved to see Steph be a part of it. Had some Kuminga agendas I wanted to push out, but
Yeah, he's showing that he's getting better, making strides. I mean, if we watch how he was his rookie season versus how he is now, completely different player, right? You can see he does watch film. He works on his game. Those comments he made about everybody wasn't skillful back, in the day. I can see why, because he has something a lot of those guys didn't have. He has the athleticism that everyone had. Everyone didn't have the skills with the athleticism. Either you was very athletic or you didn't have no athleticism and you were skilled. So for a guy who has very great footwork with athleticism, which is rare, right? When we're talking about the elite of athleticism, you're talking about him, DeRozan. Like DeRozan had great footwork for a guy who had a 40-something inch vertical, which usually the athletes just really hang on to their athleticism. So, he has shown that, he's very, very in tune with this sport at an early age. And, he's up there with a great group of guys.
So the Warriors had a hand in creating this monster that is Ant-Man. Obviously, his pre-draft workouts realized he wasn't working hard enough. This past summer, being able to work out with Steph during the Olympics, start shooting a lot more threes, said, Steph was very instrumental in helping him decide to do that this season, and now gets to hit that squad with the gentleman's sweep. But Mr. B, when you look at Ant-Man and what he's been able to accomplish at such a very young age now, like I said, First time in Wolves franchise history that they've reached the conference finals 2 straight seasons.
Yeah, it's exciting. Exciting, man. I mean, he's young. He's not really trying to be the face of the league, but, I mean, he just goes out there and play hard every night. I love his attitude. I love that he doesn't care. He's a people's person to me, kind of. When he does the interview, he come in there with sweats on, hoodie on. Look like he's like a hooper, like an AAU hooper. I just love his just knowledge for the game and just wanting to keep getting better. And, loving to be around the greats and asking the greats questions and things like that. So I think when LeBron and Steph and them leave, I think the game is in good hands. Yeah. Still, still got a young Tatum, still got a young Luka, still got a young Anthony Edwards and SGA and things like that. So, I think the league will be fine.
Yeah. So Ant-Man loves to work, but also loves to work out. In the discussion for face of the league, you could do both. They are not mutually exclusive.
You can't. No, you can't.
Absolutely not.
We're singing.
You're not.
We're singing right now.
No.
He's
2 straight conference finals appearances.
That's why I still
It's open.
what does it call it? It's still tryouts.
Absolutely.
Still trying out for.
We're having tryouts.
The more holes he tries out, the more people they try out for face of the league.
Facts.
Right? You can't have them both, brother. You can't. It's just
Narrow it down.
Yeah.
Narrow it down.
Narrow it down.
Narrow it down. Bro.
Pick one.
Narrow it down, bro.
You can have your cake and eat it
Narrow
too.
it down, man.
But they said the gap is close.
3 of them.
Yeah, you got 3. Just pick the one you like real much. Hang out with her as long as you're famous, man. The one that can speak very well around white folks.
Oh, you got to get the one that like you. The one that like you, too.
She don't even like me.
The other one.
No. Just some corporate people got to like her.
Larry Bird won 3 MVPs, and he was getting it in.
Yeah, they didn't have that back then.
I'm about to say, this is
Magic
age.
Johnson was getting it in. We didn't know.
Magic as we know.
We didn't know. Now we know.
Magic as we know. We knew
Because
this.
I think the girls today think that child support is actually the bag. You goofy. That ain't the bag. The child support ain't the bag.
As we know.
Building his empire is the bag.
Shout out to the Magic Johnson Theater.
Shutting up is the bag. The fear. See, I don't think they understand the fear is worth more than the public. Because once you put it in the public, it's like, okay, I get it. Whatever it comes with. Like, the fear of telling someone is what makes people, and that's just that bag. But put it like this, every loaf of bread I get as the name, you get 1 slice of bread, right? When you ruin the name, it ruins how many loaves I can get. So as a mother, as the mother of our children, you start talking like I'm the best father in the world. These people are giving me loaves, which is giving you slices.
Absolutely.
To at some point,
good
you
about
got
me.
your own loaf.
Yeah.
The
You're
more
supposed to big me up.
The more you make me look bad, it just hurt. I'm the one that's generating what you're going to eat off. You can't say I want child support. You throw my name. I don't got no ends. You got to think of it like a business. If you are the business, I got to make this business look so great that me and our child is receiving benefits from it.
That's the same as parenting, too. When your BM should not be bad-mouthing you if you don't fuck with her.
This
Like, why would you bad-mouth? I don't fuck with you like that. Like, don't.
Yeah, but they're thinking emotional.
Yeah.
They're not thinking like, they
don't want to see you happy, smiling with some other work.
but then you're not going to be happy.
You'd rather cut your nose off than to spite your face?
Well, that's...
Because I got to pay, listen, I have to legally pay your child support, correct? Mm-hmm. If you think about child support, the more money I make, the more money you get.
Not if I fake
so
my
a
death.
smart woman would say, wait a minute.
If I fake my death, bitch.
I'm gonna make you look like the best person in the world. Yeah. I need you to get, so I'm gonna always, he's the greatest father, he's the great, your bags go up, it trickles down.
Yeah, but half the time they still want you.
But let's get back to the actual basketball court.
That was basketball.
It is world of basketball. All encompassing.
Because that's the reason that being the face of the NBA will be a little difficult role for him because he has mothers out there that don't understand the place.
Right.
No,
Despite all that,
Despite all
what
that.
I'm saying, despite all that, winning trumps all of that.
No, it
correct?
does not.
They don't care about who won. They like the check still.
I'm talking about for the fans.
No.
For the fans.
No. What is it? Show
For
me
the bag.
one. Show me one in today's game where you can be a bachelor out there with 4-5 baby mamas that's talking shit in the. I can't trust as a company. Me putting a brand on you, knowing you don't have this part of your life under control. How? At any given moment, this woman can say anything about you that compromises the business.
Man.
But you don't have to give them a ring if you're winning them on the basketball court.
But if
You're attached to 'em.
You're attached to them.
They feel
I just looked at
because
something
of the
just now.
attachment.
We won.
We won.
I just looked at something just now that had his name in.
We won.
We're in the Western
The
Conference
bigger
Finals.
you get, the more they want to talk.
Absolutely. And they hate you already, but now they got it. You winning. Hey, big head.
But then you don't win though, either.
They don't understand.
Like you losing too.
That's the part
So we
that-
both looking like two big ass
We're
losers.
not,
that's
we're
the
not an
part.
option in the equation.
But that's
I know,
the part that
but
doesn't.
we
Give
both-
a fuck about what
That's the part that it doesn't register.
But isn't that part of the growth and maturity you have as a basketball player? And only 23 years old right now. His success on the court, what he's been able to do last season, reaching the Western Conference Finals, obviously losing to the Mavs. This season now in a position to potentially win his first ring in the league at age 23.
Me personally, yeah. But what I'm saying is, if you're only 23, right? You see what company you're in. Now look at that company. Do they have the same outside problems that you have?
And what he's saying is Steph. Steph is the last face. I would consider Steph the face now that's going to hand it off to him. Look at his resume.
Yeah.
Look at he's Patrick Mahomes. Tom just gave it to Pat. Like, here you go, Pat. Tom was with Giselle and marriage and clean.
Bron probably the Tom Brady. If
Tom,
we make
definitely
that
Bron is
comparison.
the Tom Brady
That's
for
what I'm
sure.
saying.
So
Look at Giannis, family.
Clean and family.
So what I'm
SGA.
saying is,
SGA.
no matter what the relationships is, it's still a business.
Yep.
And you have to make business decisions for the future of your brand. There has to be, like, if she wants 2,500, maybe you might have to give her 10. 10 with a gag order, do not throw my name under the bus for the best man. So I'm gonna give you 7,500 extra.
Just to be cool with me.
So
yeah.
you can be cool. Like that, it's a business. You have to invest in yourself.
Well, speaking of making good business decisions, back when the Julius Randle trade went down, we had a ton of discussion about who we thought won the trade immediately. Both teams have been thriving in the wake of that. Timberwolves a little shaky during the regular season, leading some to question if it was a good move or not. But Julius Randle has been doing his thing. Had an impressive series. He averaged 25 points, 7 assists, 7 rebounds on 53% shooting. Warriors head coach Steve Kerr had high praise for Randle in his post-game conference.
I mean, Julius Randle was incredible. What a series, and he's always been a really good player in this league. I think he has taken a leap. I remember playing here early in the season, and it looked like a tough fit, and they didn't have the spacing. They missed Towns, and you fast forward to now, he's 13 for 18 tonight. He was just incredible the whole series. We couldn't stop him.
So, in his last playoff appearance back in 2023 with the Knicks, Randle averaged 17 points per game on 37% shooting. Before that, he averaged 18 points on 30% shooting back in the 2021 playoffs. This postseason, he's averaging 24 points on 51% shooting. How do you explain Julius Randle's playoff breakout this year?
Fresh start. When you get to paint on a new canvas, you just start with whatever colors you want. And they didn't like the blue and orange. I was writing all over the shit, so I got some darker blue, some green. They like it. And I love it, so he's playing great. Like I said before, when I picked the Knicks, I wanted to see them with Julius Randle. And I wanted to see what that looked like. Didn't get into. He's with a guy like Ant Edwards, who actually gets to show him a different type of explosiveness than what Brunson was showing him. Got a rim protector in Gilbert, some other wing guards that can guard. I think he's in a dreamland right now, and he gets to still be gritty. So I think that's important for him. And it should show let me show y'all what I got moment. Yeah. I like that for him. I think even looking over the other side, like we could potentially match up.
If we get, I'm sure the NBA.
Yeah, and also like, the way he, the way he kind of left New York, they kind of moved on from him, when they were out, they were playing well. Just for him not to lose, in sight of, what's more important. Him going to a new situation, but still making the best out of it. I think we were on here talking a little crap about him earlier.
I think you guys were. I was very supportive of Julius Randle.
Yeah, a little bit. And I think like he heard the message from us.
He does watch the show.
Yeah, so I think he heard the message. But no, just going into a new situation, even with Cat, he's done well over there. But they're both winning to me in this situation. I'm just happy that they kept their head and they kept hooping through it all.
So we talked about Randle's situation with Knicks fans, ripping billboards down and various things going on during his time there, despite making all NBA teams and everything you did over there. Now you come to the Timberwolves. Little shaky to start, let's just be honest, finishing 6th in the West. But I've turned it on. 2 straight gentlemen sweeps to reach the Western Conference Finals for the 2nd straight year. You got to tip your cap really to both teams because Knicks also in a position now with Cat.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's complaining.
Yeah, both sides. I feel like they won the trade.
There's only one winner.
Too.
Who's the winner, Gil?
Huh?
There's only one winner.
We'll find out this summer who the winner is.
I feel like we'll find out in June, potentially.
We'll find out in the summer who the winner is because if Randle leaves, Knicks won. Knicks go to the championship, they feel they won. Like if you ask both teams right now, both teams is happy as shit. But there's still a summer that's gonna happen. And if let's say they trade Towns and then bring in Giannis, New York won.
Let's be real.
Right? If Julius leaves, New York won. So at the end of the day.
Let's be realistic.
Hey.
Let's really be realistic. Knicks make it to the finals. Wolves make it to the finals. Nobody's making no moves next year.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
No. Not with Cat, not with none of them. Everybody's going to keep intact. They'll add. They'll add. You're not going to allow Cat to come in here and take us here and then get rid of him.
If Giannis wants to come, I'm making a trade for him.
Y'all got to go somewhere else.
No, he don't.
Yeah, he ain't proved shit.
No, he don't.
He ain't proved.
He ain't proved what?
Not this year.
He ain't proved what?
Not this year.
He's an MVP.
First round
MVP.
First round exit.
Listen, if the Knicks
First round exit 3 years in a row.
If the Knicks win this year,
take your ass to Toronto.
If the Knicks win this year, they could trade Cat for Giannis.
I'm doing that. So it depends on the end of the year.
I'm doing that. I'm doing that. The Knicks is doing that.
No, the Knicks just shared money with Brunson for him to stay. So they've building a family over there.
Yeah,
they're building a family over there. They're not building something where they can throw it here, throw it there.
You do know.
New York is building a new culture where it's going to be New York, bro. Do you hear me? You played in New York. You're supposed to know this shit.
You do know you got to come back better the next year, right?
No, you know what they did is by Brunson signing that deal, it opened up a super max player.
And keeping Cat.
Super max.
And keeping Cat.
I don't need to.
You're not keeping Cat for you.
Why not?
Over Giannis. You're not doing that.
We don't need Giannis.
Okay.
That's the point. If we needed him, if we didn't have Cat, this was last year, we didn't have Cat, I agree with you. We got Cat, we got OG, we got Bridges, we got all the pieces we need that we didn't have last year.
So you think you're going to be able to come back with the same team knowing that other teams are making
moves? And Giannis says
we're going to add. We're going to add. We just don't need a big superstar like Giannis.
And Giannis said he's staying in the East, so he's going somewhere.
Toronto.
He's not going
Toronto.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
I'm saying, Julius, what we were saying about him at the beginning of the season, we was right. It's not like he played very well this year, right? He struggled. He looked lost in the offense. Yeah. He was 6 points down from, last year and the year before, right? He was playing in New York like an all-NBA player, an all-star, and he made him. This year he struggled. It was different. It was a different game for him.
It's a warm-up.
And then the playoffs, he found who he was again. Yeah. Because I think what ended up happening is in New York, how they played fit him. Brunson, you go, give it to me, I'm going to do my thing. In the playoffs, Ant-Man, you do your thing, you don't got it, now I get to do my thing. So because the game slows down and becomes more half court, you actually need him. See, with Cat, and we throw it at Cat, and Cat can't beat nobody off the dribble, that hurt the Wolves. They needed a one-on-one guy. It didn't help in the regular season, but that shit is helping and paying off in the playoffs.
Most definitely.
I think that Julius Randle's slow start had everything to do with his injury prior to, and then having not to play with the Knicks, not knowing where you're going to go. Then he finally gets to a team that he has to warm up to, fit back in with. And listen, I haven't played. Still haven't played in almost a year. So for me to come back out here, have a slow start, but then heat up like he's heating up right now, I think this is right on time. I think it's perfect timing for him to get his, all right, I got it now. Figured it out. He gets some more boards. I think he back to his all NBA form because he looks good right now. He looks confident. He looks like I can control this when it ain't in Ant-Man's hand, and I know how he controls it now. So I got my spaces. He figured it out.
I think he took that Lakers series personally, and it showed there. Like he was out for blood in that series, but it's continued that. And obviously talked this Warriors being down Steph, but either way, you play who's out there, and he's been playing at an extremely high level. So we have two polls that we got to address before we move on. First, going back to that Ant-Man discussion, we asked the chat, will Ant-Man's history with the work prevent him from being face of the NBA? 50-50 split. 50% think it will, 50% think it won't.
Crazy.
And then we asked who won the Cat Randle trade. We've asked that often. Feel like recency bias has something to do with the voting.
They're gonna say New York.
No, 58% say the Timberwolves at this moment.
Oh.
Well, because they are in the conference finals on their side.
It's 3-2, 3-2 on both sides? I mean, no, it's 3-2 on this side.
Yeah.
That's tonight.
Knicks up 3-2.
Here we go.
But we got to talk about the losers in the series, the Golden State Warriors. Been unable to return to the conference finals since winning it all back in 2022. Warriors lost 4 straight playoff games for the first time in the Steve Kerr era, but Steph was sidelined with the hamstring strain, so we have to add that context. This is also the first time in the Kerr era that the Dubs have been eliminated in less than 6 games, as it was obvious they were missing Steph's gravity. And Warriors fans, I get what you're saying now. I can't even argue with y'all. It was a completely different brand of basketball with Steph off the court. But after getting eliminated last night, Draymond Green spoke on his outlook for the team next season.
I think we'll be right back at it. Sucks to end this way, but we think we got the pieces to make another run at it and do it again, and that's going to be our mindset going into the summer. Do all that got to do to improve. We got one of the best ownership groups and front offices in the NBA who know they'll do whatever they feel is needed to help the team improve. And us as players, you got to get back in the lab and do what you got to do to get better. But I think, come next year, we'll be right back at it and give ourselves a chance again.
So for those of you who may recall, during All-Star Weekend, Draymond was with the TNT crew, said that the Warriors are going to win a championship this year. Obviously, Steph and Draymond said that this was a championship caliber roster. After the Jimmy Butler trade, Steph goes down. Obviously, those championship aspirations were no more. But next season, Draymond Green will be turning 36. Jimmy Butler will be 36. Steph Curry will be turning 38. That trio currently has around $140 million of the Warriors' salary cap committed to them next season. Should the Warriors run it back, or do they need to get younger?
Run it back with that same team?
Should the Warriors run it back, or does that team need to get younger? It's a question, Gil. It's an either or. That's why we gave you options.
Listen, man, everybody can be on the block
I'm just saying.
at this point.
Go.
I'm sorry, but did you not see the games?
I saw 4 games without Steph Curry.
Okay, how did that game look?
Did not,
How did it look for real?
was not visually appealing.
Did it look like we are a championship team if Steph goes down, who's going to be 38?
We watched the basketball game.
Okay, so
we were forced to in some regards.
You know what? How about this? If that team right there had to enter the season just like that, where do they rank?
Without Steph?
Yeah, just like that. Just
That team.
The team, the motherfucker, just
Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat.
13, 14.
Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat.
The West Coast Heatles?
They looking at what? The first pick, second pick of the NBA draft?
Yes.
I'll say 4th.
Yeah.
Okay,
Fourth pick.
so they're that bad without Steph, which means you might want to upgrade some of them pieces you got in your stable because it's really not like you have to be able to sustain some type of when my star player goes out, right? When we're thinking about the teams across the board, and you're talking about Cleveland,
Cleveland Donovan Mitchell goes down during the season, they're still winning games.
Yeah.
Right? Tatum goes down right now. Brunson, they're still winning games. Brown and them, they're still winning games. You have to be able to show you're still a good team without your best player.
Yep.
They looked horrible.
So you're saying the words hot pack of boo-boo without Steph Curry.
What?
I don't even know if it was a hot pack. That was cold pack.
Cold?
That was a cold pack. You
Everybody-
couldn't even smell it was shit.
Everybody could be on the block.
But can we got to break down why, though. And we break down why Steve Kerr set up a system for Steph Curry where everybody has to do the Steph Curry system. And then you don't got no Steph Curry. You're still running the system. That's why they look like a hot bag of boo-boo.
Or cold.
Because Steve don't know what he doing when he don't got a motherfucker doing it for him.
Well, yeah, Kuminga on the bench.
But had Kuminga on the bench playing starter minutes all throughout the rest of this
I'm on the
series.
bench, still averaging more than everybody.
Mad at Pazinski, he's turning down shots, right? But don't want to put Kuminga in who want to take shots.
Instead,
But that's a I don't like you thing. I don't like you. I like him because he reminds me of me when I was playing. He didn't get a chance, just like me. I'm gonna make sure he get a chance.
Well, I don't like you because you ain't take that money.
Like the Jackson kid.
Trace Jackson.
Trace Jackson.
Yeah, you like what?
He didn't do nothing to nobody.
I know exactly. He didn't do nothing to nobody. But I got to start him. Why?
Why?
Because you're mad at Kuminga.
Yes.
So my
take that bread.
Yes.
So my
You're still punishing Kuminga.
My ego is
He's
why we're
terrible. He's terrible, bro.
like I'm trying to figure out like why is he
Kuminga not starting, but playing essentially starter minutes.
why is he not starting?
Doghouse. I'm gonna show you. I've been there. I'm gonna show you.
Well, according to a report from Logan Murdoch of The Ringer, a good friend of mine, shout out Logan, but basically said that Kuminga got benched because he wasn't passing the ball to Steph and Kerr got salty
You hear
about
what I'm
it.
saying about
He
the
was
system?
looking for his own shot too much.
Wait, what?
and
Oh shit.
In the system. You trying to be
The
a
same thing he
player.
did to Buddy Hill?
Yes.
wasn't-
Same exact thing, bro. He did it to Kuminga first, though.
He wasn't passing to Steph.
He was looking him. They say he was looking him off in certain parts of the
Yeah,
offense.
looking for his shot too much and not giving it
and not
to 30.
looking for Steph.
Okay, so why wasn't he starting these 4 games? Steph wasn't there. I need a nigga who's gonna look off.
Hey, not this.
You
nigga.
can look
Not this nigga.
You can look off Pazinski and Draymond Green and Trey Jackson. You can look off the whole motherfucking sideline at this point then.
Not you though. Not you.
Steph is on the sideline. That means you should be able to look off all these motherfuckers. Do you? Because we need that in this moment. So the fact that I'm looking at this bench and I got a shooter's offense with no shooters that can create their own thing.
Looking around. Looking around.
Like you don't have Steph, Clay, and KD. You don't even have Steph, Clay, and Jordan Poole.
Man.
Pazinski he's not a shooter like that.
You don't have Steph.
He's a pat the ball a little bit, get in his rhythm type of
Jeremy
shooter.
Lin.
He
He's like
wants to
Jeremy
play
Lin.
with the ball. He's more like a Brunson style. He wants to play with the ball to get his shot. He's not a catch and shoot type of player. Right? So you don't have just flat out shooters like that. So you need some guy who can attack. Other than that, you just have a whole bunch of passers.
Because Jimmy Butler ain't it.
Hey, yeah. I mean, yeah.
You got Kuminga over there hungry.
Yeah.
He's hungry. And you're telling him, stay in the doghouse because I don't like the way you eat your food. I don't like the way you be eating the kibbles and bits, bro.
And we offered you better kibbles.
And we
offered you, and you said no to them kibbles.
Nah, I like this.
All right.
Like the watered down shit. Put the water in my shit. I'm cool.
So
We 11 for 39. Why we don't have Steph? Why we shooting that many threes?
Why we in this offense still? Why
But
we
no,
ain't
Joe.
doing no slice cuts?
No,
Why
Joe,
we
to
not
answer
doing
your
no back
question,
cut?
no. They should not run this team.
No, they're not running us.
thank you. That was
Don't
Mr.
run
B,
it
thank
back.
you very much for
No.
having a question presented to you. Instead of questioning the question, just answering the question
No, we're not running it back.
as it was presented. So, Shad, even early on, before the Jimmy Butler trade, you were very adamant for Jonathan Kuminga to get out of that burning building, as you said. At age 22, Kuminga is one of the quality young pieces on the Golden State roster.
22?
Yeah, he's
22, bro.
Yeah.
22.
Two.
That's
Same
the-
time.
Bro,
So after
Same time.
battling injuries and inconsistency in playing time this season, he rebounded to have some nice playoff numbers. Over 8 games, he averaged 15 points per game on 48, 40, 71 shooting splits. In the 4 games without Steph Curry, those numbers jumped to 24 points per game on 55, 39, 72 shooting splits. So after the loss last night, Draymond spoke on Kuminga's pending future with the team.
Obviously, JK's got the contract situation. I always wish him the best with that. Been in that situation, whether it's here or elsewhere. You just wish him the best.
Whether it's here or elsewhere, just wish him the best. So as we know, Kuminga, restricted free agent, meaning the Golden State Warriors have the opportunity to match any contract offer he signs this offseason. Multiple reports say that before the season, Kuminga turned down an offer in the $30 million per year range, seeking an offer in the $35 million per year range, so about $20 million off.
Hey, young fella, I'm sorry to say it. You's a smart motherfucker, man.
So you've now reversed course.
You are smart. Sometimes you were Nico right now. You Nico right now. You look real bad.
You look real bad.
Man, you was hiding. Oh, I know you was kicking yourself in the ass. I know you couldn't sleep, motherfucker, this whole year. But God damn it, these last 2 weeks, woo! Number 1 draft, God damn it, you should be celebrating. You was the best player for the Warriors in the playoffs. There's nothing they can do. You, sir, stepped up to a playoff atmosphere, playing against that team, coming off the bench, averaging 24.
A lot of points.
Off the bench. Right now, you can make the claim you probably was the second best player in the series. For sure, third. Ching ching.
Ching ching.
Ching ching.
Ching ching.
175, 180.
I'm starting off at 200.
Ching
I'm starting off at 22. He can start off saying I want the max.
Cha-ching.
Remember, superstars jump. Like playoff series is sometimes what people get paid off of.
Yes.
When you're talking about
Jerome James, back in Seattle, he was
Fred, what Fred did it, what you do in the playoffs, because the playoffs means we scouting all of y'all. And the fact that you ain't played all year, we coming off the bench, we put you in, you averaging 24.
Who is this dude?
And you are the most consistent player in our lineup on this team without Steph. Your future is bright. There's no way that owner in Dunleavy is looking at like, yeah, we're going to trade him and run it back with this group. You're losing this group within the next 12 months, the next 24 months. And that guy right there has proven at the biggest stage that he is the cornerstone.
So, question for the couch.
Hold on.
Okay.
Go into there and say max. No negotiation, max.
Let's talk about what it looked like, though. The points to 24 wasn't just,
No.
It was.
he's dunking that bitch. Like,
Dunking that bitch, getting into the
bag.
12, 15
He's
back.
showing range. He's out there like, let me get to my shit, all while having anxiety. All while having the over your shoulder. I don't know what he on, but give me the ball. But to show him what I'm on. I'm gonna show him when I dunk this bitch.
Check me in,
So,
coach.
question for the couch. Do you expect the Warriors to match any offer Kuminga gets on the open market? Would it seem prudent that they match that offer?
Yeah.
And then Kuminga be like, well, I want to dip anyway, so trade me.
Listen, the only 2 people I feel like is safe is Steph and Kuminga. Everybody else, I mean, let's see what's out there for you. But this is not a championship team, so.
So even playoff Jimmy.
He should be on the map first.
Like, I mean, it's just, at this point, your team, you said it, 36, 38, damn near 40.
So what do you expect to get if you try to dangle playoff Jimmy out there or Draymond?
Draymond can go to the Lakers. Lakers would take.
Let them all talk to each other and figure out what kind of mega team they want to assemble.
Like, I mean, I got to think about the age. It's not like
That's my point.
If we were talking about 3 years from, then if Kuminga want to leave, but if you trade Kuminga for a piece, hoping that you're going to win a championship next year, because if you don't win it next year, the team is old. There's nothing you can do about their age.
Definitely retire.
Right? You done maxed out what you can max out.
So you saying there's no trade value in none of them? Jimmy and Draymond.
For future?
No.
For some picks.
See, I mean,
Jimmy? No, you can off Jimmy somewhere.
With Draymond?
You can off Jimmy and Draymond. You're
What
gonna
do
get,
you think?
but you're gonna get back the same age.
But
But if we get a pick with that, my bad.
no, but I'm saying, do you think
No.
you're getting something good in return
No,
for
what
that
I'm
at
saying
this
is,
point?
like, you can, okay, Jimmy and Draymond, if I'm going to package them, the only two teams that's looking at like, yeah, I could do something with them, if OKC don't win this year.
Draymond and Jimmy for Giannis.
no.
No. I don't want to get, if I'm going to get rid of Giannis, I need to get younger. And I can't get older.
And they're going to need some
What
picks.
I'm doing, I'm getting rid of a young guy for two old guys. No. So the only team that's young, that's good now. So Houston,
Don't do that.
I can do with some defense and a Jimmy Butler on Houston. Yes, I can do that, and add those young pieces with Kuminga, all same age.
But if you're Houston,
Think about
you
what
don't
I'm
do
saying.
that.
Why not?
They're all guards. We don't.
No, all the fours that they don't really
Jabari,
play.
okay, we'll go.
You got Jabari Eason. They playing 20-some minutes. You're not using them. They're not a factor on your team. And then you throw in Dylan Brooks
But
or
they
somebody.
both not franchise.
What I'm saying is
guys.
you throw in.
Those
Think
aren't.
about it. Who would you rather have, Dylan Brooks or Draymond, on that team?
With the Warriors right now,
No, with Houston.
Dylan Brooks.
Or Draymond Green?
Yes.
Draymond Green?
Yes.
That man protects everybody.
Younger.
No, my team's already too young.
Right.
But they're
That
good. Like if Jimmy.
Dylan Brooks gives me everything I need.
No, he don't
Like
give
what?
you no. He don't give you no protection from
He
your
gives me a
guys
jump
getting
shot.
hit.
He gives me a jump shot.
Jim-
He hits a jumper.
You got
But you're getting both.
With who?
I'm giving you
Draymond?
Draymond and Jimmy. They'll do that deal because they're like a couple vets away from being good. And then same thing, if OKC don't win it, and I can get rid of a few young pieces and get that veteran, I probably do that.
I'm sending Jimmy back to Miami.
He's not going back.
I'm sending him back just cuz. Just fucking
Orlando?
cuz.
Orlando?
Send him back.
Orlando
Send him back over there.
Orlando Magic?
Nah,
Think about Orlando.
now you're talking. Now you're
Send that
talking.
motherfucker back to Miami.
Like you're talking about teams where they can, like I'm looking at them like my team is young and we need to hurry up and try to. Orlando, you got some pieces over there.
Yeah.
Cleveland might think about something. And then if you're
That's not bad.
if you're
Looking at the two pieces, they're gonna want to go to contending teams.
who?
Jimmy and Draymond.
Yeah,
sure.
but those are contending.
But they don't have that type of leverage.
You go to Cavs.
That's
No.
They don't have that type
no, but
of value or leverage
if I'm
to go
Golden
there.
State, I'm looking at all right. Steph plays young. Steph, Kuminga, and this farewell tour. Then when he leaves, I have 23 to 24-year-olds. And we'll be
Are we
pretty
going to
good.
draft that situation, or are you trying to go find what somebody else done found and try to get it over here?
Everybody's loaded.
Yep.
Everybody
Go
like
find it and try to find
the
something to
best
draft.
thing about the
But
NBA
we've
is
done this already, though. If we're the Warriors, we know this process of drafting for potential, and we know the process of drafting for who ready to play now. So they done already went to the building process before. Are you going to restart that now, or are you just going to say, "Fuck it, let's go find somebody else's project"?
I think you start the rebuild now. I mean, I think
Kuminga going to be there. He was there, right?
I mean, I think the championship window is out.
if I'm Golden State,
Like, I think it's out.
there's one.
I'm willing.
I do too.
I'm Golden State. There's one player I might consider, and I think you can probably trick this team out of him. Trae Young,
I was just thinking Atlanta.
and have Trae Young and Curry. You already play because you're playing Pozinski and
Yeah.
Curry.
Already.
I would rather have a real point guard with a real point guard who can both be twos.
And he can score.
And he can score, he can pass. That motherfucker gonna look for Steph and let Steph run around and be the two instead of having somebody who tries to manipulate. Them two right there with the same firing pin, you have a hell of a team.
The defense, though.
Yeah.
What great defense position
You
you
don't
have
have no backup.
I mean,
What
you got no-
position
I mean-
defense you have?
That was their breakdown, though.
I'm talking about the replacement of him. If you can package him with someone and bring in the Trae Young, you have a Steph 2.0 that's younger with Steph there. That backcourt
That
at
would
least average
definitely be.
50.
That's his substitution.
Yeah.
If I'm Warriors, I'm looking for Steph.
Who is that
substitution
backcourt
to be-
stopping
To
defensively?
be Trae Young.
Who are they stopping now? Defensive. The think about what I'm saying.
I'm sorry.
But you're acting like Pozinski is the defensive stopper. He's a liability himself, and they're fine.
For sure.
Like you're acting like I'm taking away a great defensive player to put. I'm putting in the same type of player, better offense.
Okay.
That plays the same style as
offense.
that plays the same style as Steph.
Man, so think
Now
of the
think about
offense he could do.
Now think about if he was there right now
Crazy.
instead of Steph.
Crazy. Is Jordan Poolish?
So we got 2 polls. We asked the chat, should the Warriors run it back or get younger? 78% said the Warriors should get younger. Do not run it back. And then we asked the chat, will Kuminga be on the Warriors next season? 78% said no. So let's talk playoff Jimmy just a little bit. Jimmy Butler has 17 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists in the Warriors' Game 5 loss to the Wolves. So in the 4 games without Steph Curry, Butler averaged 20 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists on 46.
He did what?
20 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists on 40.
That's what he actually averaged?
In the 4 games without Steph Curry, Butler averaged 20 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists on 46, 33, 77 shooting splits. All 4 games were losses, of course, as we know. Steve Kerr said Butler was under the weather during Game 4. This quote from Butler after Game 2 raised some eyebrows for those looking for playoff Jimmy to pop out with Steph's sideline.
I don't have a burden or expectation. I don't. I play basketball the right way. I will continue to play basketball the right way. If that time comes where, you're people that are saying whatever, supposed to score 40 or 43, whatever the case may be, I'm capable of it. I can do it. But I love making sure that my guys are comfortable, passing the ball to them, taking the right shots at the right time. But we'll talk about it. If that may be needed, who knows?
So, question for the couch. Did you expect more from Jimmy Butler in Steph's absence?
Didn't he have the back injury?
He was dealing with some injury.
No, that was in Houston, right?
Yeah, I think he was still playing with that. I think
No.
he said something in the media about.
No, we're not doing that.
Nope.
Okay, he did say
We're
it
not
though.
doing that.
We're not doing it.
But that's what he said.
we're not-
But did he say that though? He said something about his back.
But what we're not doing, though.
We're not doing that.
I'm
We're
just
not
saying.
doing
He
that?
said his back.
He asked you a question.
He said his back. He said his back was hurting.
No, did you expect better?
Yeah, with Steph Curry there.
No, without Steph.
No,
You
So
did.
no. I expected just what he did.
27-5.
You were pleased with the 20 points.
And you thought they were going to win
No.
with him averaging 27-5?
No.
I think we all knew the Warriors
I
were
just
good.
knew when Steph went down, the whole offense was going to be different, and I knew they wasn't going to be able to get
But
off
did they have another superstar that could take over
on their team.
on the Warriors team? Did the Warriors have 2 superstars?
I don't feel like they had a superstar, but they did have a 22-year-old.
I mean, they had they had Jimmy as a
Come off-
superstar.
Jim is a superstar, right? What do superstars do when the time is needed? What did he just sit up there with a smile on his face and a motherfucking do-rag on?
My back,
on the
dog.
side,
He didn't say that.
smiling.
The
When
Lafayette
the
from
team
True Blood.
needs me.
But my
we'll
back,
see.
But my back, I played
didn't-
dominoes.
They didn't need him?
That's what he said. He said, well, we'll see.
My thing is this, and I hate when players do this, and I hate when coaches tell players this. Play the right way.
What's that?
What the fuck does that actually mean?
Yeah, what is that?
Play the right way. What does that mean? Like, I know the concept of it.
Share the ball.
Share the ball.
Play together.
With who?
With a whole bunch of players that's not capable of
Put the ball in.
actually putting the ball in the basket.
So you probably shouldn't share the ball with
the
them then.
right way is turning that. You are the best player. And you think playing the right way is to turn down this open shot, drive, and pass it to a non-threat.
Crazy.
That's gonna, now what? Pass the ball back out. Now you gotta pop back out, get the ball to do it. That's playing the right way. Sometimes playing the right way is you dominating the game. That is playing the right way. What Donovan Mitchell did game 2, that was playing the right way. He needed to do all of that to try to put his team into that victory. What Brunson's been doing is playing the right way. What Brown did yesterday is playing the right way. What White did yesterday was play the right way. That is playing the, you have to dominate if you are capable of it. If you are the shooters, shoot. If you the blockers, block. If you the rebounder, fucking rebound. You're supposed to do what you do at the best of your ability. It's playing the right way. That is playing the right way. If I have Steph Curry and I tell him play the right way, I'm expecting this motherfucker to shoot every open shot. If he now wants to start getting 12 assists, that is not playing the right way for Stephen Curry.
Period.
That is not considered playing the right way.
If they win, though, is that considered no?
No,
It's not playing. Winning
they
or
won.
losing a game is not considered playing the right way. You supposed to maximize your talent.
So playing the right
You're
way.
you're holding back is playing the wrong way.
So playing the right way is situational. Sometimes the situation calls for you to play a certain way. Sometimes it calls for you to play differently. There's not one correct way to play the right way, right?
Put it like this. If I told you, if Giannis said, all right, I'm going to go out there and try to get 17 assists, would that be considered playing the right way?
Well, not if there's 40 points. Unless there's 40
Is that
points
what I'm
attached
saying?
to
If
it.
he took 3 shots and then he got 17 assists, are we going to be like, yeah, that was a good-ass game by Giannis?
Hell no.
We're going to be like,
He was
yeah,
facilitating.
oh, that
He wasn't aggressive.
like,
but he
that's
wasn't-
not, we don't need you to do that, player.
So is it fair to say there's no such thing as playoff Jimmy, or what were we doing? Was it just a Miami thing? It was the Miami Heat, the sun rays coming down? What was it? It had to be something.
You used to
'Cause
drink
what I
confidence
said-
coffee.
Yes, I said he cannot come over here and take them all the way to the promised land and just abandon them and do what he did as like a teammate. The energy he left behind. That's what I'm saying. So it felt like this is all like what Miami was saying. This is what he did to us too.
He had better talent than Miami though.
But this is what he did to us too. He did
No,
this to
I'm
us.
saying than what he had without Steph out there.
The
He had
Warriors-
Bam. He had.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
don't remember
Are you
the
saying,
finals?
no, the Heat roster.
But you don't remember the finals though?
No, I know, but I'm saying who he had though. Like
But do you remember when he just disappeared in the finals? Same way. Oh, I just want to play for my guy. My thing is when you say, I want to play basketball the right way, sometimes playing basketball the right way is putting your guys in a position to fail. You're putting the big man in a position to fail. Drive, give him the bounce pass so he can throw that bitch out of bounds. You driving and you kicking the Pazinski who don't want to shoot it. He is pump faking it, so you just wasted a whole dribble drive. You got paint, you touched paint and you passed it, and you're doing it on purpose. Literally. You're literally doing it on purpose because I want to get my guys involved. When your guys are like, Jimmy, take us home, bro. What are you doing? You're at 24-hour fitness trying to get the guys involved so we all can go to Chipotle after.
A fine restaurant. Extra guap.
It's like you're trying to outsmart the media. They don't give a fuck. I'm sorry. There's like you can't push off accountability by saying I'm playing team ball.
Right.
That's it. You can't do that here. Like
Weak, man.
Like, because I can tell you, in history, everyone who's tried to say, hey, I'm turning down my shots and I'm gonna show y'all what my team really looks like, and we lose, they blame me they blame them anyway. Do it your way. Because the only thing we do know is you practice with those guys every fucking day, right? You practice with them every day. You know the ins and outs of them. You know everything about them. And if I watch a game and you took 40 shots, who am I to say, pass it to your teammates? Them motherfuckers didn't complain about you not passing it to them. Right? How am I, as an outsider, challenging the order?
Fucking great
Right? I'm challenging the order that was made in the locker room and in practice.
And ain't nobody said shit
There's a
about my
reason you
40.
take 40 and they not challenging it.
That's fucking
They are happy down the court,
Hey.
setting screens, getting the ball,
nobody
passing the
said a
ball back.
goddamn word.
They are happy with
Bro,
it.
that's
They ain't saying nothing to
real
Kalen Clark.
shit. Everybody got a problem with it though.
The
They
media.
ain't saying nothing.
he too old to be.
But what I'm saying is Brunson, we
play the
watch
right way.
Brunson do whatever the fuck he want out there. There's not one person outside that should challenge the order that they've established in that locker room.
Unless you feel like you can.
I don't even
actually
see
beat 'em.
Cat be like, God damn,
Right.
pass the ball. And motherfucker set a screen, him do his thing,
let
he
me
get
do my-
back,
yeah.
they hustle,
Now
they
I got
find
it.
him,
Yep.
set the screen, he's sitting there, he fought it. Well, because he's done established that. And I think sometimes we interfere with what's already been established.
Well, Gil, I hear you talking Knicks, so I feel like that is a great segue to the other playoff game last night. On to the Eastern Conference, Celtics were dealing with the loss of Jason Tatum to a torn Achilles in Game 4, while the Knicks were 1 win away from reaching the first conference finals in 25 years and had won 5 straight road playoff games heading into this one. But in Game 5, Celtic pride kicked in with White and Brown working together in perfect harmony in front of the Boston crowd. Very rarely see that in Boston. So Derek White was red hot from the start, scoring 14 points in the first quarter and making 5 of his first 6 shots, including 4 of 5 from 3. It was a tightly contested quarter, including a play where Josh Hart took a foul from Luke Cornett, ended up bleeding profusely from his face, leaking, as the young kids say. He would eventually be okay, stayed in the game.
That's like hitting the side of your foot in the corner.
The Stars led the way in the second quarter, with Jaylen Brown dropping 12 points on 5 for 7 shooting, and Jalen Brunson scoring 9 points on 4 for 7 shooting in the period. The game was tied at 59 at halftime. It should be noted that Kristaps Porzingis really struggled in the first half, scoring 1 point in 12 minutes. He was a -12 in the game. Joe Mazzulla said afterwards that Porzingis couldn't breathe as he continues to battle a viral illness. Porzingis did not play in the second half, with the Celtics going to Luke Cornett instead. That decision paid off big time, with Cornett having a great game. Cornett had 10 points on a perfect 5 for 5 from the field to go along with 9 rebounds and 7 impactful blocks. 6 of those blocks came in the second half. Another factor was the Celtics' aggressiveness in the third quarter, with them drawing 18 fouls in the period 18 free throws in the period compared to 8 for the Knicks. Jalen Brunson himself was called for 5 fouls in the third quarter alone, which led to him to foul out in the fourth. The Celtics outscored the Knicks by 15 points in the third quarter and never looked back. On the Knicks side, Brunson had 22 points for the game before he fouled out. The Big Bodega had 19 points in 29 minutes as he battled foul trouble all game. Josh Hart led the team in scoring with 24 points. OG Anunoby really struggled in this one, scoring 6 points on 1 for 12 shooting. Derek White stepped up big time for the Celtics, leading all scorers with 34 points in the game. His free throws were key as he got to the line 11 times, the second most in his career, regular season or playoffs. Jaylen Brown ended the game with 26 points, 12 assists, and 8 rebounds. And we see Jalen Brunson fouling out right there. We will talk about that.
God.
He was not pleased with it. Yeah, that dunk right there, go. We were watching on playback last night. Got you really excited.
All them NBA players who set picks, can y'all just look at what White did? On the switch, just easy backdoor, man. Quick, easy. So simple basketball game.
Let's talk about the Celtics' new dynamic duo, obviously with Tatum being out for the remainder of this series and for extended time with the ruptured Achilles. Like I said, Jaylen Brown ended the game 26 points, 12 assists, 8 rebounds. Derek White led all scorers with 34 points. After the game, Jaylen Brown said, "JT, this one's for you." So how much credit do Derek White and Jaylen Brown deserve for helping keep the Celtics season alive?
Those boys came out and played. What's so funny is we got to see them do stuff that they never did or don't do, right? You know, like even with Derek, getting to the free throw line, his pull-up game is like he reverted back to his college day, right? And it shows how much these guys handicap themselves for the betterment of the team, right? You know, usually when we see Brown, right, he's trying to force everything, inside. Today, it was like everything was controlled, right? He didn't look out of sync or he didn't look wild at all. Pull-up game, seeing him pull up, just 1-2, straight free throw line pull up. I mean, it kind of showed that the ball moved a lot faster because there was really no one-on-one style last night. It was more, if I don't have it, let's go, pass it, swing it, back door. I'm taking my open shot. It wasn't really like, okay, switch, let me go ahead and do my thing, and right? And sometimes the teams do look better without the main player sometimes because the main player has a certain style and everybody has to sit and watch. Last night, they moved.
So we've talked about this Celtics roster, deepest roster in the NBA. A bunch of guys on that team have been the number one option before in their career. Guys had to step up. Derek White leading the team in scoring, setting the tone in the first quarter. Jaylen Brown getting buckets, but also facilitating as well. Almost had a triple-double. Mr. B, we watched that game on our playback watch party last night. How much credit do Derek White and Jaylen Brown deserve for helping the Knicks or helping the Celtics keep the season alive with the win over the Knicks, especially without Jason Tatum available?
I think the team, just in general, deserves a lot of credit. It's an emotional win. Of course, you go down, one of your best players go down. But Jaylen Brown, he said it before, he's a vocal leader. He's one of the leaders on the team. Just rallying his guys together. And like Gil said, it does look like the ball was moving faster. They played more fearless. They played more loose. I think because the offense goes through Jason Tatum so much that a lot of guys do feel like when they do get the ball, they got to shoot it or they're not going to get it back. But last night, they just played a great team basketball win. And yeah, man, that's what the Finals MVP is supposed to look like. When the game was on the line, he came in there and really showed who he is.
That is what the Finals MVP is supposed to look like.
Yeah, and Derek White looking like the Olympian that he is.
Gold medal winner.
So
God bless America.
Only
Only in America. Let's move to this side of the couch, Cemetery Larry. What do you think about White and Brown holding it down without Jason Tatum?
White and Brown holding it down.
It's a bar, I know.
It's white.
So you
it's
dropped
black.
the 10 toes?
It's that.
Dropped the 10 toes music video. I've been also inspired.
Jay Williams went to Duke.
He is a Duke alum.
Yeah, he got on the TV. He started talking crazy shit after Jason Tatum got injured, right? Wanted to call out Jaylen Brown all of a sudden.
Oh, really?
Because the star's down, and he's like, well, you got paid all this money. Let's see what you're really made of. Came out of nowhere. But then I showed up. Showed out. Like you said, it looked different when the star player not out there. It looks like a flow. Like there is somebody out there directing, telling you where to go, where to be, move the ball. We already know what the Jaylen Brown energy is because that's what he holds. He can go out there and show up at the end. But for Jay Williams to put that kind of target on Jaylen Brown's back, so if they don't win last night, he basically gets the blame because he ain't being the Superman or Bat or Robin that he's supposed to be when Jason Tatum goes down. But I think Jaylen Brown handled his own right there. And they're still going to lose. Still going to fucking lose. But the way to answer certain criticisms that's out there, that's just like, I feel like it wasn't that it was unfair, but it was like you put him on the spot when your guy was the reason we're down 0-2. We're down 0-2 early when he was healthy. So don't go because he hurt, all of a sudden it's on me.
I mean, they be putting Tatum on the spot.
Because he's the star.
Yeah, but I mean, Finals MVP, they're gonna put you on the spot.
And what did I do? Showed up.
Oh no, for sure.
So, like I said, we were watching on playback. I think one play in particular, second quarter, drew our attention. Jaylen Brown dove for a loose ball. We said that was a winning basketball player. I think really was indicative of the fight that the Celtics brought into this game and how much this game meant to him.
Yeah, he knocked the ball away and then did the iconic, was it Dennis Rodman save out of bounds and went on, right? Hustled. Now that was the key. The hit ball to save it, then get back into play to then go to the free throw line. Those are the winning plays. And I think sometimes we do get caught up in who's better, right? For, our own purposes, but they both do something very different. They're bringing a different skill set. And unless you look at them individually, you're sitting there just looking at points and rebounds and, you do this and you do that. Your job is to score, rebound, and pass. My job is to score, hustle, and defend, right? Between the both of us, we got everything covered. And I think that'd be the problem sometimes when we're sitting there judging talent is we've all sacrificed. Like, even with White,
you usually don't even drive or get fouled. You just sit there and chuck three. Yesterday, you're shooting threes and getting to the foul because you know it's needed now.
Yep. I got to be more aggressive.
I got to be more aggressive, trying to figure out how to manipulate the game and get us in foul. Like, so, just watching these guys bring in what they've been holding in the vault.
Yep. That's it.
Holding in the vault and say, all right, well, you need me to step up. Okay, let me go ahead and add this attribute.
Pritchard.
I mean, but they should though.
You see it. I look at, man, I took all Boston.
But Pritchard coming up with the 17, like we said, Luke Cornett.
But we knew he was going to. We knew he was going to step up.
We knew Pritchard was going to step, but Luke Cornett coming in.
Yeah, that was
7
different.
blocks, I believe 5 in the third quarter.
Dope though. He's been
Got this one.
been that guy secretly.
Who?
Cornett.
Oh.
Because they like the veteran in Al Horford. Mm-hmm. Al is Al.
Yeah.
And he can hit that shot. But Cornett is not. He's Kevin McHale to me. Like he's all block, all doghouse, all get you here, Nick Collison style. Kind of remind me of Nick Collison. He can just get you a double-double, solid, get in, get out.
Yeah. We know they're down Tatum, but also down Porzingis as well. He's been dealing with this illness.
They still got
Man,
talent. They still got talent.
Man, it's not like he been here.
I'm just
Can't even
saying.
notice he there,
But
bro.
I'm just saying.
They still got talent. They still got
But
guys
it's
who
just
won
Tatum
rings.
that they've missed. They got 2 key starters
They've been
out the mix.
No, they got 2 other Olympians.
Yeah, exactly.
And
That started.
all that other shit don't even. That's
God
not an
bless
excuse.
America.
No excuses. Y'all got plenty to do plenty.
They got enough pieces still.
Cleveland just dropped the ball on all that shit they did. Y'all can't do what they did.
Disappointing by the Cavs.
Disappointing.
Cleveland.
Right, man.
Deceiveland.
Deceiving. Oh my lord.
Like I was like, I'm gonna tell you the play that I'm like, oh shit, who is this? When he caught the reverse lob.
Yes.
He got bounced.
First of all, the pass was off the
but he
chain.
got bounced too.
The pass was nice.
But I ain't never seen-
just
being Caucasian, not an athletics.
A couple of them.
Like you just gonna get it and just do one of the fact that you caught it and then hit it with the old Robert Horry.
7 blocks.
Who are you?
Think he getting them beat that shit? Get that shit out of here. He one of them, like one of them white boys. You like, nah, I'm with him. And he rolling and dunking that bitch.
Is he a free agent? Cause he smelled like a Laker.
Oh man, he
smelled like he looked better in purple
great
and gold.
Luka and him, bro.
He smelled like he looked better in purple and gold. That's all I'm saying.
He is a
turn
free
into a
agent.
Capella.
Because he looked
He'll
too
turn
pale.
into
He
a
looked too
Capella.
pale. Add a little tan to it. Oh my God.
We do have to
Lemon daddy. Yeah, he could be the lemon daddy.
We do have
Lemon Daddy boy.
Yeah, lemon daddy. You know what I mean?
The lemon daddy. There's room for more.
Because, I mean, you know what I mean? Just have him.
Oh, it's Luke and Luka.
Luke, and then Austin Reeves. Put it in Beverly Hills.
Man, to get you a Larry.
Oh,
All you need
Hills,
is a
boy.
Larry.
Call Larry.
Larry, and you good. You got to start 5.
We need a big boy. You can come over here and play 30 of them.
Yeah, no, that play was crazy though.
No, that's y'all need to be looking at him for sure.
But this is a team won a championship. Again, you lose Tatum. I was leading team points, rebounds, assists, steals. Got to keep playing, right? We got to still.
Next man up.
And
Next
made over 20
man
threes
up.
in the game. I believe 41 and 3 this season when they've made 20 or more threes in a
The
game.
threes looked better yesterday.
They made 20 more.
They made 20.
Yeah, that's because the ball was
They're
moving better.
41 and 3 though when they make
that
The
more.
ball. It wasn't.
it's not
It wasn't a lot of like just early threes. It was more like, all right, one more.
offense,
Like
yeah.
it was more offense.
It's like New York had to play more team defense.
Did you see the pull up that you liked on that elbow pull?
Yes.
That was a play. And that's his play. He likes that Tatum don't take that shot because it's a slow jumper for him. So if he's not wide open,
Yeah.
he won't. Jaylen Brown can 1-2 that all night long.
That's what I said. I was like,
all right too. No left.
No left. All right.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, okay,
put
he
that
about to.
motherfucker
All
right
right
here.
now.
Behind your back.
All right now. That's what we said. All right now.
But you talk about the Celtics this season without Tatum, 8-2 in the regular season. I believe now 2-0 the postseason, so 10-2 overall without Jason Tatum in action. This is a team that, not to say that they want to do it, but they can win.
I mean, they can, but that's cool. You know what I mean? It's, they're going back to the bodega, the house of the bodega, man.
I'll put this on
Huh?
wax.
They said Rax is the rats is coming out.
Right.
The Boston Celtics come back and win?
Oh, Jalen Brown's the hero.
Yeah, Jay Tatum got to go.
Jason?
Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not. Hey, then nobody got to go.
That's 2 in a row.
That's cool.
Mr. B, I see you looking at Gil.
That's 2 in a row.
Intense.
That's 2 in a row.
Very intense.
That's 2 in a row, bro. With me at the helm, I'm leading this.
But I don't think it's gonna happen because they about to fire Joe. Not this Joe.
Listen to you
The
guys.
other Joe.
I'm just saying.
The other Joe gotta go.
I know coach.
We get it done, and we get it done efficiently. If we come back, I ain't saying we win the championship.
Just the
I'm
fact
saying
that
if
they
we
get to
come
game
back from
7.
this
Yeah.
and we win the series,
I'm going to get rid of Jason Tatum.
be thinking about it.
Would I add him, we win a chip?
No, but he's
So
Achilles.
I'm gonna
it's an Achilles injury. It's an Achilles injury.
It's his
So
right
you gotta,
leg.
You got to look at the injury.
Right leg.
Yeah, but
You got to look at the injury.
I'm saying
If there's no injury, I'm not saying this. I've considered it last year, but he's played at an exponential level this year to wipe that out. Like you said, it's better to keep these two at this age.
Yeah,
Cool.
for sure.
This is different.
hey, listen,
Achilles is different
and
to
I'm
come
gonna
back.
just be honest.
Brandon,
No,
No,
it's not the same.
it's different. The comeback is different.
If Boston trades or puts him on the market, everyone take him. Because I don't know if they've been paying attention to the history. This is not his jumping leg. So you treat him how you treat KD. Obviously, it hasn't stopped KD from doing anything because just like KD, it's his right leg. They jump off their left leg. This stops you from jumping. I don't jump off the right. KD don't jump off the right. Tatum don't jump off the right. They jump off the left. So it doesn't actually do anything for them.
Step
doesn't
slow.
stop them. John
Step-
Wall,
slow.
if you look
Step
at John
slow.
Wall when he came back, he's sitting there dunking because he tore this one. He jumps off this one.
Still
So it
not the
doesn't
same, though.
stop
Yeah,
this
Not the
jumping.
same though.
slower. He's a step slower.
But it's still not the same.
That's not how the Achilles work. It stops you from going up and down.
But I'm just saying the step, everything is still
does-
not going to look the same. though.
It stops you from going up and down. So when he drives in a lane and he goes to take off, it doesn't do anything. That's why when people said KD is going to, and I said it's not going to stop KD from doing nothing because it's not the impact leg.
What did it stop you from doing, bro?
It was his.
It's my jumping.
What did it stop you from doing when you came back? What was the
take it-
things you couldn't
just go-
do?
Oh, just go off first.
Because which way do you go?
Right.
Yeah.
Just your explosiveness was not
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah, my shot. I mean,
Everything
everything
changed.
like jumping.
Because you use that for your power leg. That's not them. That's why I never told
So,
KD.
I know, but what about his jump shot when he's shooting? Like, he got to use both legs. Like, I mean, because he's going to put a lot. First of all, he's going to have to get these both back going together. So one is going to overlap. Okay.
Everyone who, if it's the off leg, not their dominant leg, it never affected them. Usually your Achilles usually happens on your dominant jumping leg. And that's where it stops everybody. McDice, it stops everybody from getting off the ground.
Wasn't it Kobe's left leg?
It was his jumping leg. Yeah, it's left leg. Yeah, it was his left leg. Yeah.
So
Cousins?
I don't
left
know about trading them, but
No, it was Cousins' left leg too.
they definitely going to have to do something.
I'm not doing nothing.
well, there was even talk before Tatum's injury that the Celtics would be looking to make a move. I think that's all.
Making a move, okay. Yeah, if I want to make a move, I can make a move for Al Horford.
I didn't.
I
say
can
for
make
who.
a move for Drew Holiday. I can make a move for Porzingis. I can make a move for them. White, Brown, Tatum, Pritchard. Don't even call my phone.
White, brown, and yellow.
You can put Joe in there. Joe can go. Hire Sam Cassell.
Mr. B, you've been very adamant about Joe Mazzulla.
I'm sick of his shit.
A big fan of the town watching.
Gambling.
You sick of Joe? I'm sick of Steve.
Just gambling on threes, man.
So we
Take it in.
talked about Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown willing to do anything necessary
Yeah.
to help the Celtics get the win in this game. But let's take a quick look back at a questionable moment in the third quarter of the game involving Jaylen Brown and Josh Hart. So Jaylen Brown and Josh Hart got into a shoving match after Brown appeared to grab Hart's junk while fighting through a screen.
Let's get better chill.
There we see the junk grabbage.
Watch out. Look, see that? Watch out, homie.
Also, a play earlier, Jalen Brunson may or may not have got a nut shot on Jaylen Brown as well.
Oh.
On that play where Josh Hart was leaking. Gil, what exactly was going on during this play?
I got something in my eye. No, I don't know what was going on here, but I can tell you this: whatever started, it had to start a couple plays before because
Too.
when Jaylen Brown was coming off the down screen, he tried to run that motherfucker over.
before, so they must have been going back and forth.
Oh, they were definitely going back and forth.
Yeah, it was going back and forth. You know,
That's why they pushed at the end, because he's like, hey, stop fucking playing, yo.
I like it, though.
We talk as hoopers. There's codes. There's unspoken rules and regulations. Do you feel like Jaylen Brown broke any code there by going for
'cause Josh is
the baby
one of them,
maker?
Josh is one of them little dirty elbow you in the stomach.
But is the baby maker off limits?
Because Jaylen Brown got hit first in the
Don't grab my PP.
Remember, he got hit
You don't grab
by
don't
Jalen
grab my
Brunson.
PP.
Yeah, Brunson.
So he got hit by Brunson
No
first
diddy.
in the nuts. So
I got a girl who do that, man. I don't need you trying to jack me off in the middle of the game, bro.
that is some wild
That was
shit, though.
the extreme of where we were going.
Grabbing nigga nuts during the game is crazy. Yo, what you on, fam?
Hey, no. The funny part is, did you see how like I don't know if once Josh Hart pushed back, I don't know if Brown took his spinach
You see,
because he Popeyed up
shoulders,
quick
the
to the
shoulders and
motherfucker,
everything.
right?
He said, what's up?
Wow.
What's up?
You see the monkey grips and everything.
You seen it. I seen it too. I was like, goddamn, bro, you out here?
He gonna get knocked.
He was ready.
Right here.
He was ready.
Right here.
You gonna have to hit me. He gonna take them. Run.
That's what I'm saying. It looked like it was about to be one of those.
Run. Now
Been
run.
watching gorilla shit. I know he probably just add me.
Yeah.
Just add me. Yeah. All you need is just one of these.
No, for sure he on that.
I know what to do.
For sure.
I know what to do against his ass.
He breaking it down like 100 humans versus one group for sure.
Let me be number 59.
I just like
Number
go back.
59.
Watch him swell up like you can
see
see.
it.
Go back, man. Watch both his fists. Watch his fists, man. Watch. What? Whoop whoop.
Right, not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. Right here.
Yeah.
Bam. Right there. What's
Looking
up,
looking like
nigga?
Kevin Gates on the sideline. Yeah. What's happening? What's up?
Yeah, we in jail. Yeah, what's up?
What's up?
Fresh fish on the line. Ain't nothing like it.
And then he grabbed him in the ding ding.
Phone book. I ain't no
Phone book.
I am a boy.
What you doing,
That man
man?
had that Kevin Gates in it just.
He was on demon time all night.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do to win.
He was like, we're not going home in this garden.
Hey, look, the game was that way. LeBron on the bench, Kevin. You want some peanuts? Yeah, I know you feel this. I knew you feel this energy, motherfucker. Just try that shit on me.
All right, well, let's talk about these Knickers. Jalen Brunson, the Knickerbockers. The Knickers for short. They should just roll with Knickers.
Okay.
Hey, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. Some of the names that was back in the day, man, foul. Hey, foul. Just foul. Just coming up with just.
Do you have an example, Gil?
You just said one.
The Knickerbockers.
The Knickerbockers.
Knickerbockers.
Very essential and
Can
vital
you
part.
name some of them black teams?
Man.
Was it
ABA.
there was a Crackers one, right?
Yeah.
There was the Kuminga Cracker Killers as well. If any of you would like tickets.
For sure.
Isn't there someone, the corn? There's some now still out there.
Yeah.
What? Corn what?
No, it's in that area somewhere. There's something that's around in that area.
So for,
Cotton Pickens?
so for all the Los Angelinos, y'all may recall that Compton High School, their nickname was the Tar Babes, and there was a big ass black baby Eskimo as the mascot in the gym.
That's insane.
It's been changed. The Tar Babes.
Tar baby.
Tar
baby. Joke.
Dead serious.
That's one thing you didn't want to be called, a tar baby. Back in the day.
Dark ass porch monkey.
Now imagine you walk into Compton High School into the gym, and
Like nobody graduated there.
that's what you see. We talked to DeMar about that a while
It
ago,
was the
but
Tar Heels. They was mentioning some shit.
just they worked their way up.
We stepping on something over
We
here.
stepping on some tar. But let's talk about the Knicks real quick. Jalen Brunson, 5 fouls in the third quarter alone. So didn't have any fouls in the first half. Picked up 5 fouls in the third quarter alone. Ended up fouling out midway through the fourth quarter. He was asked about getting whistled for 5 fouls in one quarter after the game.
5 fouls in one quarter.
Yeah.
I don't know what you want me to say to that.
I mean, just how crazy was the quarter? I mean, I guess.
I'm not even going to say anything. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Save your bread. So do we have any issue with the 5 fouls on Brunson in the third quarter? I know the Knicks fans among us we're not happy about it. This is why we're talking about it on the show right now.
No, I thought the game was officiated great. You know, I mean, sit your ass down.
A perfectly
fouling.
officiated game.
You fouling out here, so you know, got to cut that water off.
There are some SMDs in the rundown right now. I don't know who they're directed at, Mr. B.
Yeah, they had to cut that water off. So, but
we do have the tape, so we can see the 5 fouls that were called on Jalen Brunson.
Oh, so we got it. I was just asking.
Yeah.
We got who called all the fouls?
You
I
know
want
why?
to know which because I'm pretty sure Tony Brothers did 3 of the 5. I'm pretty sure.
Judge, jury, execution. Let's take a look at those 5 fouls on Jalen Brunson if we can. So right now you can see he has 0 fouls.
that's a foul.
This was foul number 1.
Who called it?
Yeah, and one. The first one was look, get your hand off, foul.
No, that's not a foul.
It is.
Foul number 1.
He didn't do nothing right there.
Foul
That's Tony
number 2.
Brothers right there.
Wait, what is that?
Tony.
Wait,
Tony has done it again. A foul right there.
Oh, that's offensive.
wait.
Who called that one?
Foul.
Another foul on Jalen Brunson.
Yep.
Number 4.
That's a foul right there.
That's
Yep.
a foul. That's a foul.
Okay.
Oh, that's 2 maybe so far.
Foul.
Hold on.
Yep. Foul.
Foul 3.
Wait, who called that one though?
Bottom ref.
Bottom ref called it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brunson, 5 fouls.
So hold on. That was his 5th?
5 fouls in the third quarter.
So why didn't he take him out after?
Because they had 5 in it.
He had 5 in the third. Why
Yeah.
did he take him out after 3?
Well, as you know,
lose-
Tibbs,
What you mean?
We got a whole nother quarter.
Tibbs,
We got a whole 4th quarter.
And the fact
Stay
that
your
the
ass
bad
up.
part
LaQuinn
is,
Dickey.
whooping.
LaQuinn
you know what
Dickey.
the bad part is? They called the offensive foul on White and then reversed it to give him the foul. Right. And made it a blocking foul.
Yeah. Yeah, that one I don't know about.
I have him 3. I mean, the way the game is being played, as many times as he bumps and you don't give the same ground. So, you know what I mean? But that's anything. That's where the game can be controlled through foul.
Well, if they're gonna call it tough, right? So that one foul on Jaylen Brown, that you got to let that go, because they're in the middle of the lane, he's fighting through contact. Let that go. You've let a lot of the worst shit go. So for Jalen Brunson, it's like, come on, bro, you giving me tic-tac fouls in the playoffs in an elimination game.
Yeah, because the game was won in the third quarter.
They did not even need the extender.
I mean, and that's when they come back. So
No, but that's what I'm saying. The game was like he gets 5 fouls. That's where the game was taken over. The game, Boston took over the game in that quarter.
And then he's all just he's trying to figure out like what's going on. And
yeah.
Well, I mean, is it obvious, as you like to ask?
I mean,
Oh hell yeah, that was
5-1. 5-1 is crazy.
If we could ask,
I've never
Five
seen
fouls,
a
best player?
I've never seen that.
Yeah, I've never seen the best player foul that much in one quarter.
And then foul out? And
then
then lose the game? Oh, yeah, you shouldn't make it that obvious at all.
No,
As an
listen,
NBA, don't do that.
If that was Draymond, okay.
Bro,
But
people was betting on the games and shit.
You know
You
who?
can't do that and people
You know who be playing dumbass basketball? Bigfoot. Bigfoot be out.
Carl Anthony.
He just be out there doing.
no structure.
I'm like, wait, hold on,
No break.
You are an all-star. You an all-NBA player, and this is the shit you be doing. Like, he got 2 fouls. 2 out of
He don't
his
be
foul.
thinking, man.
It just be
He just don't
motherfucker
be
crossing the
thinking,
lane,
bro.
crossing the lane,
Random foul
push.
for no reason.
Just what?
And looks at the ref like, what did I do?
The next one is he got blocked. Don't know how he got blocked by Derek White. And then after he get blocked, he gets frustrated, choke the nigga. It's just, oh my God. Like, what is the like it is?
Maybe he be like fatigue.
How you get blocked turning into a choke?
Maybe it's fatigue though.
I don't know what it is.
I think a lot of that shit be fatigue he be having because he be tired. He be huffing. He be
You don't
huffing and
think
puffing
when
a
you
lot.
tired. When you tired, you just do shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He just be doing
Do
anything.
random
Like,
shit.
let me see if you on defense, right, and you guarding me right here, and I back up and load up, what's your first move?
if I'm on defense,
Yeah.
to get lower and lock your shit up.
You gonna back up a little bit, right, to get this?
Just, but not enough to give you the ability to blow past me.
Yes.
See?
What you think he did
I didn't
with
even
Jalen
play that.
Brown?
Went up.
Jalen Brown loaded up, and I'm gonna back up a little bit, right? Because nope,
We
He
went
think
up.
he can just put the big shoe out there.
Yeah, let me go out there.
That shit is a
Man,
20.
foul. Get your stupid ass out of the game.
waiting
man.
we waiting to foul.
Man, come on, man.
And that's why New York would make that trade.
No, man.
It just be stuff like you just be looking like
Don't do that.
your post up moves, man. You be having like I'm sorry, you be having Drew Holiday's guarding you.
We not bashing the Knicks.
No,
Cat
I'm just
is
saying,
doing
like,
what he's
I
supposed
want
to
him
do.
to hear me. No.
And he is fine.
No.
Drew Holiday.
Next game we
Drew
good.
Holiday is guarding
It's
you.
all good, man.
I want you to just
It's all good.
Just do this.
If Drew's guarding you, nobody's guarding Brunson. We good.
When Drew guards you,
Jaylen Brown.
when Drew guards you
handling
next
that.
time,
We handling
I
that.
want you to just use your big toes. Just walk on down to the lane, put the one monkey arm up, and say, throw it to this.
The one monkey.
As soon as you get it, jump from here up. Don't bring it down. Don't sit here and wrestle with the mother. He can't jump like that. Neither do you. But you got a 7-foot wingspan. Put it up in the air. Throw it all the way up here and just do that. Just do that. Don't bring it down. Don't try to power up because when you power up, you ain't gonna dunk the ball anyway.
That's not
big
And the
man
fact-
rules.
That's
We got
not easy.
big
But
man
what you want to do is here, you stand up.
that sounds easy.
This is what he want to do.
That sound easy.
He want to sit here and wrestle. He want to get low and wrestle. Give me the motherfucking ball right here, man.
Nah, Drew-
Give me the ball right here. Just throw the ball up.
Drew Holiday doing it. Is,
Yes. So he wants to sit. Now I got to get low to fight with you. Big man, some big men
That's-
just don't.
Well,
They just don't think like if I wrestle, don't wrestle back. Just stay low.
But he at the free throw line. That's why he doing all that
He
wrestling.
can
He got to get to the block. He can't even get to the block.
I see. Man, I be watching. You got Drew
That's why he
Holiday.
at the
You at
free
the
throw line.
3-point line. I be sitting here like,
I mean,
y'all.
I'm sure you were taught how to get position in the post
I had
as a big man.
solid post game.
Solid.
So I didn't get to utilize it as much as I would have liked.
Post position is
Yeah, for sure.
essential thing for post man, right?
Get low.
When you say throw it to the hand, you'll say throw it to the hand, right? First rule of big man, because I was down there training when I was 6'3" for a long time, since 7th grade.
I've seen the highlights from.
So I had to play big and to teach you, don't bring the ball down when you catch it. First rule, they throw it to you, don't bring it down, take it right back up.
right back.
You already bigger than everybody. So I don't understand that thing. And then he don't get possession. He don't go in down there and just really like seal and ask for the ball and go up. You get them fouls.
Yeah, just
And you got him on you. You got a little on you, bro. If you don't throw me this bitch down here every single time, I'm running down the floor to get position because I know I got a mismatch. I'm not going out here. I'm not going out there. Man, give me the ball right here. He got to foul me every time down. I'm going to have to switch.
The fact, because for you to win it, you want him to go back to normal, right? You don't want Jaylen Brown
Yes.
on Brunson. You want Holiday on Brunson. Brunson wants the Holiday on him. So the only way to get them to switch back is 3 quick, easy lays right here. They're going to be like,
little.
Brown, you go there, you go
Too
back.
little.
Facts.
You know what I
That's
mean?
it.
Facts.
So the fact that they can play a whole fucking game,
And don't do that.
that's crazy.
But he's never been like that. That's not the type of player he is. Cat is a.
No, that's coaching, bro.
And if you don't get
Your
show
coach tell you to go down there.
motherfucking
Was he
ass.
doing that up in Minnesota?
He was playing
No,
down there.
he
He
was
had
not.
to.
No.
No,
Nobody
because remember,
was-
their
nobody-
problem was he was in the post and Rudy was in the dunker. They didn't have spacing.
Yeah, they didn't have space.
That was the problem. So that's when I
Fair
said when
point.
he got here, he got space and he started out doing it. But then they started pushing him off the block. So now he
Oh, and he do have another problem too. And I thought it was just a couple plays, but he trains like a girl basketball player.
What you mean?
nothing wrong with doing that.
His footwork is girl basketball.
How does a girl work?
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
If you ever watch,
shout out to all the women out there.
if you ever watch women's girl basketball, what do they do wrong on their pivot?
On which one?
Just if they catch the ball.
They don't jump.
No, they catch the ball for some reason. Their pivot is their right leg.
Yep.
And they have
The
this.
left.
They have the left
Wrong
leg
pivot.
as their instead of.
They're establishing the wrong pivot.
They establish the wrong pivot foot, right? Because this is our strong leg when we bounce. So if I want to take off, boom,
Yep.
I got the explosion. You don't have explosion as a righty coming off this leg like this.
Okay.
So when he do want to dribble, his first step would never be fast.
Yep.
Like I thought it was just okay. He maybe caught it wrong and opposite. Cause I be telling my yo, get off your strong foot. So if you're gonna take off, you get to actually go. And he be sitting here doing this, and I'm sitting here like,
Yeah,
who
somebody
taught you how to play basketball?
Yeah, okay. He's not knowledgeable about establishing pivot foot, but it's being ambidextrous too. Because if you can establish both pivot foot,
but
and you can move off the lefty, because I used to dunk off my right, so I know all about that.
Yeah.
But I do know sometimes you get caught catching the ball off the wrong pivot. But if you good, you know how to move off that. But like you said, it makes him slower.
But I thought okay, maybe he caught it off the wrong one. And no, it's every single time.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here like, bro, you have to shoot a jumper.
Yeah, because
You have no power on your drive, and it's not like you're doing the old Joe Johnson. If I do catch it off the wrong pivot, I play this inside type of game, right? You just bounce it in.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, like he's not.
He likes to shoot with his left foot forward, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
He likes to step into that motherfucker where
That's what I said. He
got that
shoots,
pivot.
yes.
Yeah.
He can step back with that pivot. See, it's his left pivot here.
It's
right?
weird.
So
yeah.
usually if you're a right-handed player, you got to bring this foot all the way back.
Right.
So now he's shooting with this foot forward. So it's a cleaner shot because you think about his shot, he shoots from way back and he's flat-footed.
Yeah.
So he can shoot from just right here.
But he can't drive. That's what I said.
drive.
But that's what I said. You're forced to shoot a jumper.
Facts.
So this series heads to Madison Square Garden for Game 6.
This game is nasty.
Knicks have not clinched a playoff series at home since 1999, have not advanced to the Eastern Conference Finals since the year our Lord 2000. The fans have been waiting for this for a quarter century, so they're going to be going crazy. As we already mentioned, crime has been going down. As the Knicks have been playing well in the playoffs, nobody wants to hurt each other. They just
He
want
might
to
come
support
back
the
to
Knicks.
work.
That's crazy. All it took was for me to just cheer for the
Hey.
Knicks. All it took. All it took for the Eagles to win was for me to be a fucking fan for the Eagles, and they won. Boston, they ain't won in so long, then I'd pick Boston. I really wasn't even rooting for Miami. They probably would have won if I'd have thought
If
they
you'd
could
have really
win.
believed it, okay.
Yeah. But then they halfway then they got my Knicks.
So what do the Knicks need to do to close out the series on home on Friday? Other than win the
Show
game?
up.
Show up.
Just show up, man.
Play hard though, cause let the crowd win it for you, not like they lost it for you the other game. When the crowd lost it for New York,
The crowd lost the game for them.
they can't let that happen again.
I mean, the city's gonna be on fire. So at this point, you're gonna be energized by the city themselves. So you going out there showing up is a key factor. Now, to make sure this is not a really good close game, OG's gonna have to start playing better basketball, right? He has to play smarter basketball. There's some times where he gets that rebound and he thinks he needs to go coast to coast. Stop that. Don't do that. You don't need to do that no more. Not this series, right? But pull up, playing. They just got to play a little bit smarter just in certain moments, right? I think if you get out to a great start and they start panicking and shooting a lot of threes, this could be an easy win for you. But if you come out there trying to play all y'all trying to play hero, there's one hero here. Y'all are all sidekicks. Play like it.
Yeah, I think for me, like you said, it's going to be a lot of excitement. I think you just play your game. Don't try to get caught up. I think the game is going to be one of the first 5 minutes for New York, how they come out, how they approach the game. Because of course Boston, they're not playing with no type of pressure. They're just out there trying to get another game for.
See, I don't know.
I don't think there's no pressure on them because if it go back to the Garden, I mean, damn, like we already at the game 7, so it's like you got Derek White. If Derek White go into tonight's game, tomorrow's
Right.
game,
No.
and have the same game he just had, I mean, what you think he gonna do in the Garden in Boston?
No, what I'm saying is I think the pressure, to be honest, the pressure is still on Boston.
No, because you was up 3-1.
But it don't matter.
Number one team.
But you're the number.
No, we're the number 2
You're the
team.
champion. But you're the champ. You're the champions. You're favored to win the championship.
You got to defend the title.
But the Knicks was favored when they went up 3-1, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay,
if Knicks lose the series, no one said nothing.
Shit,
they're not getting killed.
Tim's getting fired.
No.
I'm firing Tim.
No.
I'm firing Tim.
This is 2 years in a row. This is 2 years in a row. This is 2 years in a row. What?
For sure.
Yeah.
If he loses the 3-1 lead on top of last year, you gotta go, bro.
You have 2 Olympians. You remember the same shit y'all said? You have 2 Olympians.
Right, that's
no Tatum.
You have all NBA, but
no Tatum.
No Tatum. Your team is still supposed to be better than ours. Still.
But
no way. No way.
Yeah.
Not on paper.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
No way.
Yeah.
The Knicks?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
No.
Yes. On paper, they're still.
You only have Brunson.
On paper, the Boston Celtics is still better than the Knicks.
That's what I'm.
Yeah.
I'm agreeing that. I'm agreeing that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm agreeing that. So, but at the end of the day, no Tatum.
The best player, right?
Porzingis dealing with something.
So if I'm the Knicks,
You got
there's
that
only
shit.
one solution to get a guaranteed win. We get Jaylen Brown in foul trouble.
Yeah.
He wants to play defense. Switch off on Brunson. Get him in foul trouble. All night long, we're going to Jaylen Brown.
Yep.
Once he dies, they all give up. Then I'm going at Pritchard. I'm going at
White.
Because White is going to panic. White is going to.
No, he's not.
He has
No, he's not.
no
No, he's not.
filter.
No, he's not. He's not going to panic.
He turns into Klay Thompson with nobody to pass to. He's going to shoot.
That's why
he's scary.
But it's not scary because we know he's going to miss. He's not like that. No, he likes to get the ball from other people to shoot.
No, he's making the offense.
Trust me, Derek White don't give. I'm scared of Derek White in this game, Game 6. That's the one.
If Derek White don't show up and don't get the blame.
No, it's not.
If Derek White don't show up, they lose.
Yeah. Derek White don't show up.
He should get criticized for it.
Who? No.
I mean, if you want. I mean, a third option.
The Olympian.
The third option.
The same guy y'all.
The third option. The third option.
The same guy y'all saying is untouchable.
He is an
and all
Olympian.
this other shit. He is going to get criticized.
I guarantee you, he doesn't.
By me.
Now he gonna walk right out.
By me,
Man, he gonna walk right out of there and go right to his
It's
vacation.
toupee time if you don't deliver, nigga.
Nah.
Well, we will find out on
But he's
Friday.
the third option.
He's
I don't care.
No. He's a third option.
That's second now.
But if you look at how they played yesterday, he took Tatum's spot. He was the one initiating the offense. Get him in foul trouble. That stops all fast break threes, and now that forces Jaylen Brown to create the offense with nobody to pass it to in the corner. See, now if Derek White can get you to move, and then it goes to Brown, and now Brown attacks you, the Boston Celtics stay the same. If you can fuck up Derek White, Brown has to dribble up the court.
No, Pritchard's dribbling up.
No, that mean
He rabbit.
he doesn't start the game like that.
Pritchard takes over
cool.
White.
Hell yeah. Then I know he ain't passing
That's
to Brown.
why we get Brown
I
out
know
of
he ain't
there.
passing to Brown.
We get Brown out of there that stabilizes their
but then if
defense.
Preachers come up, then that means you don't have nobody off the bench. Like you need both of them.
But if we as a team get rid of Brown first, they are destabilized.
Defensively.
Everything, captain, leadership. You just got two gunslingers.
Derek White
you got two gunslingers, bro.
I got two gunslingers.
They don't play structured ball. You got two Jordan Pooles out there.
That's why it's scary, because if they get hot.
It's not if was a fifth.
But they be hot. They do be hot. They be hot.
But now we're keying on them.
Okay.
Now we're like we get not let them get off. Before it was Tatum and Brown, Brown Pritchard, Now, man, it's like, look, Derek White has shown that he's going to be the guy we need to isolate and distinguish right away.
White.
Yeah, that's outside of Brown. Brown is the main guy.
I'm taking White out first.
I'm taking White out first.
So we will find out.
He's a gunslinger.
Yes, and if he misses those shots yesterday, game over.
You're living by the three, dying by
What
the
I'm
three.
saying is if he doesn't start the game off the way he did, remember, he was the most aggressive person on the game on the court in the
who
first
held
quarter.
the tone down the whole way? It was Jaylen Brown. He set the tone, like you said, that defensive play that he made was a game changer. Derek White is not that guy that's going to do that and still keep the tone.
Derek White had 34 last game?
Yes.
I mean, come on.
He get high, but you ain't got the tone to set. The tone setter, it ain't going to happen.
Well, listen.
We will find out Game 6 Friday night if the Celtics can keep their series alive. We got one more last thing to talk about before we get to Mostly Fans. So let's get the two-time MVP who could be on the move this summer. According to Shams, For the first time in his illustrious career with the Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo is open-minded about exploring whether his best long-term fit is remaining in Milwaukee or playing elsewhere. So Giannis reportedly hasn't made a firm decision yet, but after the Bucks have lost in the first round for 3 straight seasons, he's giving it some thought. Is it the right time for Giannis to request a trade from the Bucks? Yo, I see you have added some smoke in the arena. Are 2 different smoke machines, LeBron and Bron?
Man,
Different levels.
Go ahead and just listen. This year, this summer, city, put the man a statue. All right, put him a statue wherever you want to put it at.
Who are you talking about, Milwaukee?
Yeah, it's too late to give him a farewell tour, but it is what it is. Maybe he'll come back, during his last couple of years when come back give y'all that farewell tour. But it's time.
So,
Listen. He won. He won in a place
50-year drought.
that
50.
nobody even seen it coming. He's gonna give you everything he can possibly give. There's nothing that you guys can do to help him win a championship at this moment in time. There's no trades that y'all can make, no valuable pieces that you have. You rebuild, he's gone. So at this moment in time, Dame is hurt. He's gonna be missing about 1.5 years, damn near 2 years.
He's already 30.
Right? You know what I mean? Like, so without Dame, there's no hope. You don't have another piece. Your team ain't good enough, right? So you might as well just start dumping it and just say, hey, listen, fans, he did it for us. Let's just go on and move on and see what we can get for him, and you go to Brooklyn or New York or Miami.
There's other cities as well.
Brooklyn, New York, Chicago, Miami is going to be one of those places.
There's also other cities as well.
I mean, I do.
He wants to
agree.
stay east.
I don't think he's really explored the beauty that the West offers.
I do agree. Like, he has done everything you can possibly do for a franchise. If they want to request a trade, I think they should still send him off, somewhere that's beneficial. You don't want to have too much bad blood with him. I know once you're gone, you're gone. But I think he deserves more than that. Just being traded to somewhere where, whatever. So I think they got to make that right, to me.
So do you feel like now is the time for Giannis to
happens.
request a trade?
If it happens and he asks for a trade, you want us to send you wherever you want to go to help you win? All right.
Does he not deserve that for everything he's given to the city, brought a championship?
Does the city deserve for you to leave?
Beautiful city.
Yeah, I mean, shit, yeah. If you ain't bringing nothing in here, I'm supposed to just keep going through losing seasons?
I mean, you did before you won.
Now that I got one, I tasted the champagne. I got everything. All right, what else you want me to do?
All right.
We ain't got no point guard for next year.
All right, reveal yourself. We know who you are now. Take your ass on. You're not a warrior we thought. We thought you was a Greek warrior. But I guess we was wrong.
So thought Giannis was a Greek warrior.
Mythological.
Business.
The mythological
Business.
Greek warrior.
Business move.
Yeah, then I'm just saying there's nothing. I mean, if you look at the way the roster is, right? Your second main piece, your go-to guy at the end, he's gonna be down for all of next year. So that means all of next year you're not gonna make it to the championship, right? And then then you got Dame coming back. You don't know how he's gonna be, right? So I can tell you this: it ain't gonna be championship ready. So, at this point, if you're thinking about trying to win or put yourself in a better situation to win, you have to demand a trade because there's no one's dumb enough to give you back something for Dame or anybody right now. Like, what am I going to give back? A guy that you can use and I can't? No, I'm not going to. So he's going to have to demand a trade, and they're just going to have to break the team up in these next 2 years. That's all.
So, Gil, you listed out some potential landing spots for Giannis.
For Giannis, for himself, is one of them.
major markets, obviously.
But now let's just say
If I'm the
hypothetically,
Bucks,
but you are Giannis. Which one of those major markets? What is the team that you feel like is the most ideal
New York.
and benefits you the most to keep winning championships like you said you wanted to do?
New York, right? New York's energy matches Giannis' style of play, right? And that's why.
Which New York?
That's why the city loves Brunson, right?
The Knicks.
Brunson and New York crowd, the blue collar, they fight hard. Like you can see right now, they are the craziest people online right now. Right? Mm-hmm. They are the craziest fan base. They're winning. It's gonna get worse. You might have to bring the National Guard for them motherfuckers out there. So how he plays fits New York Knicks. I don't know what the Brooklyn fan base feels like. You would think that they'll transfer over because it's New York, but I don't know if it's gonna.
I think it's like the Clippers.
Yeah, I don't know if you know what I mean? It's still New York, but I don't think the Brooklyn fan is as aggressive as the New York Knicks fan.
No.
Right? So, or you go to the next best thing, and that's the Chicago Bull. And you go on down to Chicago, and they're gonna embrace you like a god, and you're gonna turn that city around.
Hey,
Right, for his brand.
Look, Giannis, stay in Milwaukee, wait for Elijah Arenas to get there and win a championship.
Prudent
You'll
move.
be good.
Yeah.
You'll be good.
Don't wish that on us. Don't wish that on my boy.
You won a championship.
Don't wish
He averaged 30 in
Don't wish
Milwaukee.
that on my boy.
Milwaukee? Come on,
Don't
man.
wish that on my boy, man. God damn.
Giannis, yeah. Come
what
on,
my
man.
got to do it?
Oh, man.
He like waiting for some talent?
Oh, man.
Where you think he gonna go?
Big,
Ain't going no big city. He going 1-2.
he's trying to go to big city.
He going 1-2, man. What you mean? Man, Giannis, stay here.
There is a place where he could go.
He going 1-2, man.
There is a place where he could go if he wanted to extend his championship window, but I will not say.
You're like, I'm not trying to go. I'm trying to go to Milwaukee.
Send him there. That's what we got to send Gil there.
You're like, man.
You've been talking crazy all this time. You got to go move in and everything.
And then Milwaukee, plus Milwaukee don't have straight flights, so we got to fly into Chicago, drive down.
They don't got the Southwest one anymore.
No,
They used to have the one Southwest.
out of LA.
I'm
So
going to
here,
tell him, man. Like,
Fly to Chicago, give us 2-hour drive.
Good luck out there, man.
It's a 2-hour drive from Chicago. Very
You don't need to
scenic.
buy me no front rows. I'm good. I'm not wanted over there, dead Detroit. Hey, you get drafted to dead Detroit. Hey, brother, I can't even show up to the game.
Damn, I'm watching. I'm watching.
Sacramento.
Hey, listen,
I'm Sacramento too.
Yeah, Sacramento.
Hey, I'm like Hallenberg's father. I can't show up to the gym.
I banned myself.
I banned myself from the shit I've been doing over these years, man.
Indiana.
Today, Detroit told me I can't even fly around the city. They said don't show up around.
No fly zone.
There's no fly zone around us. Just anything close to this motherfucker. They said any
Gilbert.
states don't show up. I'm like, all right, I bet.
There's some Gilbert in the area. There's some Gilbert in the area.
Persona non grata in multiple cities around the NBA. Elijah will land in one of those cities. You already know how it goes.
Yeah, you know.
You will have to mend the fences with that particular city.
Early.
I'm just saying, man. That's
Larry gonna be like, I told
You
y'all.
don't want to be there without Giannis. I know that.
So we asked the chat, will Giannis change teams this summer? 80% of the chat believes that he will.
Damn.
It's hard out here. Milwaukee, a lovely city.
Hard out here for peace.
Well,
It's hot. Oh no, it's cold in the D.
it's so cold in the D.
It is so cold in the D. Cold in Gills Arena as well, presented by Underdog Whoop Whoop.
Damn, 80%.
Let's move on to MostlyFans,
Jesus.
Yeah, that's crazy.
presented by our friends at Underdog. Download the app, use promo code GIL, get $1,000 of bonus cash, plus a special pick'em. Those pick'ems for Giannis may be with a different uniform next season. We will find out.
I was trying to fight for him.
But our first question, we got an email question from Underdog user Capo Deuce. What player left in the playoffs do you have the most trust in? So what player remaining in the playoffs do you have the most trust in? Mr. B, we'll start with you.
I'm going with Hallenberg. Because every time it's a big moment or something that they need, he answers. So I'm going to go with him right now.
The Halliburton family has beef with Giannis. Based on how that series played out. Could be teammates in the near future, though, man.
Yeah, but hey, that's fine. Hey, if they teammates in the future, okay.
Ooh.
Nasty.
Yeah, think about it. Do the math.
Hey,
Do the math.
Do the math.
That's
Do the knowledge.
crazy.
For who?
Do the knowledge.
I mean,
They don't got nothing over there.
I'm just like, you dealing with the enemy. Like, I thought you was Team Giannis.
Do the knowledge.
Are you really Team Giannis or are you Team Hallie? You've been blowing Hallie up a long
You
time.
have been very
So
supportive of Tyrese Halliburton.
see who the
lately.
beef was.
You saw the beef. Hallie's pops.
they made up. Everything's good.
They dap.
Oh,
They did.
okay.
He shook his hand and told him what it was. Like,
Okay. All right, just making
Hey,
sure.
the firm grip.
right, he got the firm
Just
grip.
making sure.
I love you.
Okay.
I love you.
Listen, the Milwaukee Bucks is at home. I'm just going by what I see these last 5 games.
Hey.
So let's move over to you, Gil. What player left in the playoffs do you have the most trust?
New York.
I saw you throw up. I didn't know if that was a gang sign or a Brunson sign.
That's a Brunson?
I didn't know if you were Rich Rolling or
Brunson sign?
supporting
Brunson,
Jalen.
number 11.
Okay.
See, I've always been Brunson. 11, baby, always. Yeah. You see how that shit work, baby?
Oh God.
So let's move over to Cemetery Larry.
Tomorrow game, I'm ordering New York pizza. From New York.
Mulberry Street.
Cold, they gotta ship it.
You gonna make? Oh, I thought you said ship it. I was about you gonna make Chris gonna walk all the way to? New
Go get
Last
go
one,
to
when
New
I met
Year's
somebody
get
walking
the
to, he walking too. From in and out of the jail. I'm just
You me making him walk for
Untold
the
That'd be
shooting
funny if
guard.
somebody made a
Let's
comment. Go down and get some cheesecake.
Make sure you check out
cheesesteak.
Untold Shooting Guards, now streaming on Netflix. Let's move over to Cemetery Larry. What player left in the playoffs do you have the most trust in?
Stradamus. Anthony Edwards.
Ant-Man.
Yep. I already know what Brunson's going to do. I don't have to have faith in him. But Anthony Edwards is the guy who's showing that trust in me. It will be.
If you trust in me, it will be.
It will be.
That is a bar for the youth. All right, so we have one more email question from underdog user D. Colbert or D. Colbert, depending on where his parents are from. With the Cavs' early exit, can you see LeBron going back to the land to put them over the top? Y'all don't want Bron, everything Bron did for y'all? Y'all some ungrateful ass Cleveland.
Why are the Cleveland fans in here mad about that?
Why the
Because they don't want to hear that shit no more.
But, oh,
Man,
You know how
brought you
many
a
times they had to hear that
Oh.
shit? And they had to see the nigga leave
Of
every
course,
time.
you just gave them hope.
It's trauma, nigga. It's a trauma bond. They like, don't bring him back.
oh.
Damn.
I'm going to change this time.
But he could help y'all.
Damn. Again,
Yeah, we got to depend on him again, huh?
Drake. LeBron.
Yeah. Nah.
Y'all don't want Bron back?
No, because they want to show that they can win one without him.
Yeah.
Well, they tried,
Well, that ain't going to happen.
No, I mean they tried before he got there.
and they lied.
And that shit didn't work, and then he won one, and then they're gonna try again without it.
But this will be the last time he get to end his career.
They got a better chance
Where
of
it all
having Bone
started.
Thugs Harmony drop another album.
A very great musical group. the world would be so blessed.
Give it up.
Still can't sing the lyrics.
So that means we're gonna get back who?
Dead
We
giveaway.
get Mobley back. We get Mobley, Garland. No, we don't need
You get
Garland.
Allen. You get Allen.
Mobley and Allen.
And
With
Max
Luka.
No.
Woo!
Just Allen.
Woo!
Just Allen.
Nah,
Just
you get LeBron.
You get Max
You
Strus.
get Braun.
Yeah,
Max
you get
Strus.
Strus and Brown.
Oh no.
And Okoro.
No.
Strus and Allen.
No.
Bruce for Allen?
And
We'll
Ty
get- we
Jerome.
get Allen
and
and
Ty
Mobley.
Jerome. We
We
get
get
Ty
Mobley.
Jerome, Strus, and Allen for Bron.
We get Mobley and Allen with Luka.
You take away both our bigs?
You got Braun. Braun got to play the 4. Remember that.
Hell no.
Bron at 40?
No, we got just 2 defensive player of the year and
Remember
double.
Right,
No, we're
right.
not giving up both.
Y'all
of
remember
them.
Braun is a 4.
No, he's not.
Yes,
No.
he got to play the 4 now.
LeBron
Yeah.
is like a designated hitter right now.
Athlete.
He just comes in to do shit and sit down.
Say athlete.
We need some motherfuckers that can do some shit.
Well, as we've talked about, it's going to be a very intriguing summer across the NBA. A lot of moves going to be made. Really feel like Luka, back during Black History Month, really launched this whole thing because now anybody can be
they're
traded.
saying Brian to Dallas
That
for Cooper.
Bron and
Hooper
Dallas.
and Luka.
Cooper.
You gonna trade the #1 pick for a 40-year-old?
For a championship. You got Brian. You ain't gonna win a championship with Dallas.
They ain't win it this year.
No, with Brian, Kyrie, Klay Thompson, Anthony Davis, and motherfucking all them.
Did say win
Just
now.
for Cooper flag.
This
PJ
ain't
Washington.
Wait, I just heard Luka and
Luka Cooper.
Exciting white.
Luka Cooper for LeBron.
Yeah, I don't like
he
this
think about
energy
the
you've been
future.
having towards LeBron lately.
No.
No, I don't-
That's a future
no.
right there.
That is a.
And you ain't said nothing about Bronny in multiple days.
Let me,
Trade that.
Okay, I think
That's been the setup for Nico anyways.
I
Trade
think
that.
we have been confused. Okay, let's try this again. 96, I became a Laker fan.
I understand the Kobe
Right?
dunk. Ooh,
When I played, Laker fan,
I understand.
right? Laker fan, right? Laker fan.
And where does LeBron currently play?
Lakers,
So
right? I didn't like LeBron until he became a what?
obviously, you guys have some
Laker.
situations. You have some situations.
When he
in your-
became a Laker, I bandwagon jumped like I've been there forever, right?
Okay.
Luka came.
greatest European ever.
What? You know it.
That's crazy.
Then I became a Luka.
That's crazy.
Nope. What?
That
No, but keep going. You don't
Then I-
trouble
then
up his
so-
point. Go, keep
So
going.
Luka he's one of my favorites. Now you're telling me right now, as we speak, we can get Cooper
Josh
and Luka?
Radamas.
Elite milk, exciting whites.
The
list
future
goes
of the
on.
Lakers, man.
With Austin.
Some elite leche.
Woo!
Latinos out there.
Boy, I feel
Austin, Luka, and Cooper.
I feel like Bigsby. I feel like Tyrone Bigsby right now.
The 3 non-Negroes.
That's crazy.
What? What?
Trace
Luka, the
Leche.
best year.
Trace
I'm
Leche.
just saying, man.
I'm
you
glad
see
y'all
what
coming
color
on.
I got on,
I'm glad
man?
y'all coming over to the
You
Euro
see what
side.
color I got on, man? Y'all can listen. If you're a Dallas fan, y'all can win a championship. I'm be like, good shit, get over there.
hold on, you got-
what we got going on over here is future shit.
You got Cooper, Luka, Austin, and Dalton.
No, we getting rid of Dalton.
Oh, you can't get rid of
Nah,
Dalton.
yeah, we getting rid of Dalton.
But that's what you got.
No, but we getting rid of him.
You get that? That's 4. You got 4 on 1.
Good.
Then you bring Cornette. Hey, you bring Cornette, you got 5. You got 5.
Man.
I'm going with that 5 against some niggas out there.
No, I'm not.
And
I'm going with that 5.
JJ.
Luka,
Boy, we the
JJ, Austin,
we the
Dalton,
Minneapolis Lakers again.
and Cornette.
We the Minneapolis
and
Lakers,
Cooper
boy.
Flag. Cooper Flag.
Man, Laker tickets going down.
What? You crazy?
What? Caitlin Clark? Where you thinking them Caitlin Clark
Man,
tickets came
ain't
from?
no-
Hey, front row gonna be 40,000.
Man, you're right. Ain't nobody.
Boy.
Ain't nobody.
Glory road.
Man, them seats is going down.
I can tell you this right now.
What?
Hey, I don't know who you is, but you know how it used to be celebrities down there?
Hey, you go.
Oh no, it's gonna be old Hollywood back in that motherfucker right there.
You go see
Old
Trump
Hollywood.
is pulling up to the first NBA game in history. I ain't never been to one of
That's
these,
gonna be
but
crazy.
my boys is out there.
My boy, like
stepping.
right now we see like athletes and celebrities. Nah, you're gonna be seeing who owns shit around
Yes.
here.
Who is he?
Who the fuck owns Pasadena? He gonna be there. DreamWorks. He gonna
The
be
ocean,
there.
that nigga right there. He on the ocean, the whole Atlantic.
On the ocean is
The whole
crazy.
Atlantic.
And you know Dr. Dre, Beats by Dre,
Yeah.
who owns Beats by Dre, he gonna be there. Yeah.
Water. You know,
It's gonna be this right here.
No, air.
I invented air, nigga.
The dude that own air, all that shit you be breathing. Yeah.
Elon Musk, you gonna see him, man.
That's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna be
With
well.
jerseys on. They ain't
Okay.
never
It's
touched
gonna be
back.
what? You know what? I about to buy my season tickets right now.
And on that note,
Hey, I can tell you this right now. As soon as you buy them and have them, they're gonna be like, "Hey, yo, I'm gonna get an email. We done rejected your pay.
we're going to give you
the
full
price of the
refund.
brick went up."
Triple.
And on that note,
Be a lot of
appreciate
bricks in
everybody in the chat. Appreciate everybody on this couch. Thank y'all for another glorious week here. This has been another episode of Gil's Arena, presented by Underdog. Whoa, whoa. We will see y'all next week.